本放送もこのままの URL ですので、この直前テスト終わりましたら、一回二重には戻りますけれども、このまま画面放置しておいていただければ、8時からプロデュースされたらライブ始まりますので、そのままお付き合いいただければと思います。ということで、映像と音声は私の喋ってる声と BGM のバランス問題ないかどうか、確認いただきまして、問題なければいい感じだよとか、なんか問題あればこここうだよみたいなのを今ご覧のチャットチャンネルでそのまま発言していただくか、Twitter でハッシュタグ XIV ライブ14ライブをつけた状態でお知らせいただければと思いますのでよろしくお願いいたします。
Wake up, babe. Live letter just dropped. Yep. No, I'm awake.
にしくじり先生って言われて、
I don't know why, but
社長との打ち合わせもいっぱいあるんですよ。
そうです。期末記書はね、そういうもんですよ。
When is it starting? It was supposed to start at 6 a.m., but it seems to start early.
But
they're kind of just doing some introducing some morning stuff.
最近あれですよ。コロナ禍で
We are just 30 minutes behind.
今です。
Okay, they're just sitting here talking. Yeah, okay, we haven't missed anything. No one has missed anything. Let me catch up on chat. Morning Genesis, morning Hydra. When it's starting, it's starting at, it's supposed to start at 6 a.m.
本当に
just doing some
今日
early
久しぶりに
housekeeping.
こう
Should
す
be
っ
in
き
20,
り
barring any delays from
BLL
devs.
やれるかなと思っ
We're
て
live, and Chromium.
朝一出社
Chromium.
して
Good morning, everybody. Good morning to you. Good morning to us
打ち合わ
all.
せさせ
Everybody
てもらったんです
excited
けど、その
for
後は
6.1?
ずっと PLL の今日の予習をするぞと、しっかり
なるほど。
で思ってパッてやってたら、社長秘書さんからバーッて電話があって、おっと思ったら
電話のパターン。
Very, very excited for this. All of the trailer will be coming out. Everything in the past
その
leads us to
後は
think
も
the
う
trailer will be coming out, and then I'm
全然
going
予
to,
期しない
after the
怒
live
涛
stream,
の
have to
展
make
開
an
が
entire video about the
続き
trailer,
ち
which will be a
ょっと
fun
思っ
time.
たりですね、言い間違えたりする可能性がね非常に高いです。あまりのボリューム、あまりの仕様、そして 6.2 も始まっているので、こんがらがっております私。
混ざってくる時期ですね。
なので多少のちょっと言い間違いとかは、許容してい
Right now, they're just
ただけ
in
ると、
Japanese, and I think it's just Foxconn and Yoshi P
はいはい。
chatting to each other. I'm excited to have a tank survival skill that when you press it makes you not die for once. Yeah, with Living Dead.
じゃあテストは締めましょうか。
Don't mind me if I eat some.
コメントを確認しております
Thought
が、
I had more time.
はい、今日吉田さんがあっちを向いているときは、コメント、皆さんのコメントを確認しているときです。
大丈夫そう。
はい。もうやめて、皆さんしくじりに引っ掛けるのやめてもらっていいですか。気になっちゃう。
まあ生きてりゃね、しくじるんですよ。
すごい究極のやつ出ました。
いや、本当なね。生きてることなんてしくじりの連続ですよ。
まあいいこと言った。
それはそういうもんですよ。ただしくじり
Main dog, I ran to the gas station at 5 a.m. this
っていうの
morning.
と、まあやっぱりできるだけこうしくじりを避ける努力をした上でもやっぱりしくじるときは、まあそのしくじりから何を学んで次つなげていくか。まあでもその精神でね、ファイナルファンタジー14ここままでやってきました。
Gotta get me some food for the LL. I didn't have breakfast
言い
till
間
now.
違いとかしく
Gotta
じ
think
り
ahead.
あると思いますが、
That's why I made pizza.
生きていたらしく
Grabbed
じ
the
るんだ
Mountain
と
Dew.
いう気
The
持ちで
breakfast of champions.
お互い広い心で臨みましょう。
なんだこの直前テストの締め。はい。というわけで、後ほどまたよろしくお願いします。
はい、本番はこの後13、4分後ですね。午後8時。
Yeah, okay. They're saying 14 minutes until they start.
皆
So
さ
we
ん
got a little
冒頭
bit.
からお見逃しなくということでよろしくお願いいたします。それでは一旦このまま放送は二重に戻りますが、放送自体は途切れませんので、そのまま画面は放置しておいていただければ始まります。
はい。
はい、それではまた皆さん、もう
It's not
少
code
々
red,
ですが、
not warrior
また
proof.
後ほど
No.
お会いしま
Speaking of,
しょう。
I edited it
それでは一
together
回失礼し
and
ま
I'm
す。
uploading currently our little bit about the flavor of each soul crystal. So that'll be a video on the extra channel coming up soon. Bon appetit, Ali. Thank you, Chromanium. I appreciate the well wishes for the food. Breakfast of gods. Yeah, you go to Elpis. Turns out you just see all the ancients there, just sitting there eating pizza and drinking Mountain Dew. I wouldn't be surprised. I just kind of rolled out of bed like a zombie for this LL. Well, thanks for joining, Genesis. I appreciate it, and hopefully, whatever's in there might get you a little hyped, and or at least help wake you up a bit. You gotta get like the warrior in the picture here. I used to be so hooked on Mountain Dew. Finally broke myself 2 years ago. Last year, I finally broke myself to water as well. That's funny, Hydra. I actually did the exact same thing 2 years ago. I broke myself Mountain Dew. I'm still working on water. I really have a hard time drinking water. It tastes very bad, regardless of where it comes from to me. But that's a hard thing to do. You have my respect. I drink Mountain Dew very rarely now. It's usually like maybe once a month at most. But it used to be a daily affair for a long period of time. This is basically a treat because, one, I was going to get the code red for a joke and decided I should grab something because it was like a mile walk. But also because like I'm here with you guys, I know that I'm going to be doing a bunch of work and stuff. Might as well just enjoy it for a bit. Water also tastes extremely bad to me as well. Yeah, it's so weird. And trying to explain that to people is hard. It's like, oh, is it bad water? It's like, no, I have access to really good water. I know because I know the taste of bad water. But it tastes wrong and weird to me, which sucks. I wish it didn't. I wish it was as easy as just being like, yep, I'm gonna drink it now. But it's not uncommon for me to literally have to hold my nose while I drink water and just try to chug it as fast as possible. Not very healthy. It's really tough. Had to swap to Sprite, then finally got hooked to lemon flavorings for water. Now I'm able to drink the plain old stuff regularly. Still love the lemon flavor though. Yeah, no, it is tough, and that's smart to do it in stages. I went from Mountain Dew to trying to do less caffeinated drinks like a Dr. Pepper to no caffeinated drinks, and now I'll drink like fruit teas, like Arizonas and stuff. But it's still pretty common for me to drink a soda, but it was more about shifting it to making it better rather than making it being perfect. Caffeine's very strange for me. With caffeine gives me energy for about 5 minutes, and then I immediately crash. Like it's just all at once. I'm just like, so functionally, caffeine just makes me tired. So I also try to avoid drinking it because of that. Morning, Sinrix. Water? Yuck. Yep. Sadly, it is a truth. Don't know if it's just on my end. You're kind of hard to hear over the Livestream. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I will adjust the audio balance. Let me know if that's any better. Thanks for calling that out, Vane Dog. It's very hard to test on my end, so hearing it from you guys, very helpful. I can taste the minerals, and sometimes it just tastes like plain old dirt to me. Yeah, I don't know what to say because I have that happen too. Dr. Pepper has always been a comfort pot for me. Love it so much. Yep, I don't know how to feel like calling it a staple soda, but I also do what some people find funny, but like. I pair sodas, so like if I want to eat like tonkatsu, like I want like a brown soda. Like you don't want a Sprite with tonkatsu, right? But pairing a Mountain Dew with a type of meal is very different than pairing a Sprite or even just like the difference between a Mountain Dew and a Mellow Yellow. It's a very different flavor profile. And I say that kind of tongue in cheek, but I also kind of mean it. Live translation from Team, or do I need to check the Reddit Discord? I do not believe it's live translation. I will pull up the Discord to make sure that I can live read it for you guys. Also, I mean, I'm assuming more than a few of you will want to do it yourselves. But for those who don't want to go back and forth, I will be sitting on hand with it. So yeah, that is up. So thanks for calling that out. Yeah, usually it's only the major ones that are live translated, or if they're trying to like get Kate some training or stuff. They have Dr. Pepper cream soda where I'm at, and it's actually not bad in my opinion. Yeah, they have it here. You know, I usually like cream sodas. For Dr. Pepper, it's not that I think it makes it worse. It's just not the experience I want, because I want something a little bit more mellow, and that cream for it gives it like that extra level of sweetness that is usually not like. I almost just want more like a vanilla cream soda if I want a vanilla cream soda, whereas the Dr. Pepper is like it detracts from it. But I do think it's a good thing. It's just rarely what I'm looking for. You are the wine connoisseur of pop with how you pair it. Yeah, no, like honestly, there's a difference. And for anyone who thinks that's silly, which I don't think you guys necessarily think it's silly, but for anyone who thinks that's silly, I mean, why is that any more silly than pairing wines? You know, like things have flavor profiles and they taste better, better or worse together. All I know is gameplay stuff is being shown. I find it funny April 1st is the new fiscal year for them. That's a good point. We'll probably almost certainly get the 6.1 trailer because we have it releases in 2 weeks at this point. On top of that, we're gonna get more on PvP. We're probably gonna get something on the, what are they called? The trading cards, the like card plates, whatever they're calling them. I know that those are 3 of the things. I know that the like behind the scenes things that Yoshi P touched on in that interview that went out this morning. I think a lot of that stuff is what we'll probably end up hitting on. One time my grandma opened a can of crushed cream soda thinking it was Diet Coke, took a sip and went, Vane Dog, you drink this. I'm the dedicated cream soda drinker, I guess. I love cream soda. I also love, I forget the brand name, but there's an orange cream soda they still sell here in the States that I love. What is it called? I'm forgetting the brand. But it's good stuff. I get it. It's silly, but I 100% get it. Yeah. Yeah, we should get 6.1 trailer. Yep, I know the test has happened. Yep. I'm still so curious on Island Sanctuaries, but that's 6.2. So yeah, they may touch on it though. The closer we get, they also may be saving it more for 6.2. I'm excited for Island Sanctuary. Honestly, I'm more excited for Island Sanctuary for the people in my life who it is like all they want from the game. Like one of my friends, Zephyr. I'm very, very excited for them because they love to kind of like just like hang around and sit around in the world, and so Island Sanctuary is just the perfect thing for them. I'm almost more curious from a developer side, like, is the Island Sanctuary something that gets introduced and then just gets like a little bit quality of life and like some things that are just added to it over time, or is it patch after patch after patch? Do we like get like more and more things for it and it's built up and up and up? So like obviously we're not getting Animal Crossing to start with, but do we get something that's more adjacent to it as time goes on? By the time of 8.0, are we looking at Island Sanctuary as far more fleshed out than it is now? And I mean, if it's not, that's fine. But I'm curious, what does the future of it look like? And I'm wondering that before it even comes out. But yeah, after the live stream, I'm probably going to put together my plan is to put together a, like, going through it all and talking about the lore and what sort of things probably mean that I'll hopefully have out today. And then I have a scheduled call. I'm going to talk with Miri, and we're going to, like, do our impressions and predictions for 6.1 based off of that. I think 8.0, we could have the new horizons of Final Fantasy. Honestly, I'm on that line of thinking. Yeah, I'm on that line of hoping. I'm not on that line of expecting. So if we don't get that, it's not a problem because they haven't necessarily promised that, so I don't want to like put that expectation on them. But I can see a world in which it totally could be that, especially if it proves very popular. Just wondering where we're starting. For 6.1 or Island Sanctuary or anything? Who knows? The dev team being OP fans, and getting the weekly Shonen Jump to read it is an amazing thing to mention on stream. Yep. Yeah, I have no idea where Island Sanctuary... The thing about Island Sanctuary is it could be played out a lot of different ways. You could play it around somewhere in the Bounty near Thavnair. You could play it somewhere near the South Sea Isles. You could play it... Honestly, if you wanted to, you could play it in the... not Blind Frost. Bloodbrine Sea. To just a little bit to the north of Aldenard. And hell, you could even play it around Vilbrand, and Lenosia and all that stuff. So, like, where it's going to be is anyone's guess. I wouldn't even be surprised if over time there became different zones of Island Sanctuaries. Like a zone of, like, what is an Island Sanctuary in the Ruby Sea? What is an Island Sanctuary that's in, off the coast of Thavnair? The same way that we have the different zones for housing now. I don't know it's going to be that. I would imagine it'd be much simpler to just have it a specific designated zone, but it could happen. LD, you seem like a pretty cool guy. First time here. Well, thank you. Glad to have you, and thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Glad for you to join us. 3 minutes only. Hype. Yeah, 2 minutes now. Exciting. So I'm just wondering what's going to happen in the patches. I don't know how they use the moon and Thule again in MSQ. Yeah, so they have so the moon makes sense because there's actually easy travel between the places. So there's, especially if Loporrits are one of the beast tribes, that's definitely going to get reused, which I think is almost certain. And there's, I think, going to become more and more trade and dialogue between the Loporrits and the people. You know, and we even see the Loporrits come down to, you know, Charlian on the reg now. With Thule, we know that there's all the stuff with Omega that we're going to get, and then we also have the stuff in the Necropolis that's tied to, you know, different groups that existed on Ultima Thule working together along with the Loporrits now. So I think there's a lot to explore there, and it'll be really exciting to see how what we find out about, especially that Omega questline from this live letter. I may or may not have called out several OP references in the game and love it so much. Not even gonna go on the recent chapters with their own hype levels. Yeah, yep. Christian, good morning. Good morning. Glad to have you here. Glad for everyone to be here. Thanks for joining me at 6 a.m. in the morning. It might be different times for you guys, but 6 a.m. here. We got 1 minute to go, and I have the live translation up next to me, so I will try to keep track of that and keep you guys appraised of what's going on. And I will also try to, where possible, give my little my bad Japanese ability to at least translate some, which is not likely, but I at least usually get the jokes. It's so early in the morning for me, but I am here. Well, I'm glad to have you, Rue. Thank you so much for showing up. Hydra, they've specifically set up, starting up the buddings of the Beast Tribe and Ultima Thule, so it seems the Loporrits have to be a Beast Tribe. They will be a Beast Tribe. Trailer! Let's do this!
暁が解散してからというもの、ここも少し静かになりました。でも寂しくなんかないのです。皆さんそれぞれの目的のために忙しくしながらも元気に過ごされているようですから。
All about thanking and checking in on people. Oh, this music's pretty good. Okay, yes, Thavnair. Please say this Northern Thavnair. Oh, hello. Maps exploring the islands of Thavnair. I think we might have our island sanctuary here. This looks like Uznair. Okay, this is either somewhere on Uznair or somewhere on Northern Thavnair. Maybe near where the anchor runs. Okay, volcano like that. Yeah. That's okay. This is Crystal Calm. That's what this is. Seeing it at 30 FPS is so cool. Okay, we're talking to Britra. That might be that we're doing as Naja or something. Yeah, why was there a mammoth there? Okay, why are we in the tower? Okay, that was the role quest. Hildebrand! That's probably Beast Tribe. This is Roll Quest. This is the secret profile. Oh, it's all the leaders standing together. Oh! Mists of the Realm! That's the Heaven of Lightning! Oh, fuck! Okay, Byrago. We have a representation of Byrago. Okay, this is the Heaven of Fire. Azima. Okay, we've got Azima and Nalthal then. So it's gonna be Heaven of Lightning, Heaven of Fire, probably. Oh, that's Azima. That's definitely supposed to be Azima. There we go. Rogger called it. It was the Heaven of Lightning and the Heaven of Fire. Yep. Is it just them, though? Why are we not seeing the third one? Naldenthal! This is Naldenthal! Oh, fuck yes! The twin pipe... Okay, so we know two. We know the two of the zones for Mist of the Realm. So the two in the first one are going to be the realm of. Oh, the ultimate. Dude, I'm so excited to make this video after this is done. Oh, this is so exciting. And it's a lot of what we expected and hoped for.
こんばんは。第70回ファイナルファンタジー14プロデューサーレターライブのお時間です。皆さんにご挨拶お願いします。
ファイナルファンタジー14プロデューサー兼ディレクターの吉田です。よろしくお願いします。
Oh, dude, this is so exciting, guys. Oh, this is gonna be a fun patch. I'm so excited for the lore.
室内です。よろしくお願いします。
なんと70回ですよ。
70回まで来ました。
It is exactly what I was expecting.
長いね。
Which is more, which is
70回という節目が
thrilled. That is exactly what I want out of it. This is super, super freaking exciting.
そうですね。はい。
ということで本日は冒頭トレーラーもご覧いただきましたが、いよいよですね、パッチ 6.1 コンテンツ特集パート2ということで、
はい。
They're mostly just talking about what they're talking about.
今日はちょっとたっぷりめにいきますんで、ゆるゆるとお付き合いくださればと思います。はい、
よろしくお願いいたします。しかし、なかなか
They're about to get started.
また
Today's video will cover part 2 of the information from LXX.
まあ、わかんないだろうでも、なんか。とはいえ、まあ行月でフィナーレを迎えたとしても、まだまだワクワクできるなっていうところをちょっと今回詰め合わせてみたつもりではいるので、
No English trailer yet? Okay.
まあテンション上がってきたぞみたいな。
Let me know when it's up. I gotta download, make sure to download that.
そんな感じあったんで、本当にボリュームすごいんで、はい。お届けしていけたらと思います。
Also, thanks for being up so early.
はい、よろしくお願いいたします。それでは早速始めていきましょうか。
そうですね。もう
I'm happy to see the comments that say even after the ending of Endwalker, players are still hyped for what's to come. Yeah, I don't know. If anyone who's new, if you don't know, I've been before Endwalker talking about how much left there is to do and how exciting things are. So, Endwalker was by no means the end, just an end.
これが出たので、
finale of its own.
画面の方お願いいたします。
いやいや、まずはおさらいじゃないよ。まずはパッチいつやん。
Oh, they're releasing the patch date.
はい。
ちょっと
It is April 14th, April 15th.
まず
It's gonna be the Tuesday, right? Whatever the Tuesday.
ファイナルファンタジー14パッチ 6.1、新たなる冒険、公開日がこちらとなっております。
German is up. 4/12, yep, Tuesday, April 12th, second week of April. Less than 2 weeks, guys. We've got, well, I guess 12 days. 12 days to get your shit together. Make sure to do all the side quests that lead into stuff for 6.1. And if you need help doing them or want company doing them, make sure to come join our Discord or looking for group there. We'll try to get people together and make it an easy time.
4月12日火曜日ということですので、お楽しみにお待ちください。もう2週間切っておりますね。
そうですね。
English is up. Thank you, Genesis.
来そうですけど。
Make sure to download that, but I don't want to leave this going on.
はい、よろしくお願いします。はい。
Somehow I think I'll be okay.
ということで、ちょっと待ってくださいね。もう動画は OK でしょうか？動画トレーラー OK ですか？はい、ありがとうございます。冒頭でご覧いただいた、トレーラーですけれども、公式 YouTube チャンネルの方に、全言語アップロードが完了しております。ということで、URL ご紹介しましょう。画面お願いします。
Yep, they're just talking about putting up the URLs for all the different language. Yeah.
はい、こちらですね。で、今から放送の方では、日本語版のトレーラーをもう一度、我々のマイク生かした状態で吉田さんのコメンタリー付きでもう一回再生したいと思います。その
the fact that I was so ready to know what the lore for each part of that trailer was makes just a personal point of pride and excitement. You know, I'm always worried I'm gonna miss shit. I'm sure I still miss shit.
よろしくお願いいたします。ということで準備よろしければトレーラーに行きたいと思いますが、よろしいですか？はい。それでは行きましょう。トレーラーお願いします。どうぞ。
Okay. Yep. Showing the trailer again. So let's walk through this while we're going through. So, Uznair is the southern island off the coast of Thavnair, and the northern region is where the anchorite of Corvos lives. which would be a great staging ground for introducing us to Corvos, which is
ガラーンとね
a lot of
し
setup,
た
both in the
ところ
narrative
から
and
まあ
especially
ス
in
タ
the
ートでは
It's not clear if this side quest is
始まります
for
今回
MSQ, the actual MSQ, or if it's actually going to be
静かな立ち上が
the Tataru's quest.
まあちょっとインタビュー等々でも話しましたけど、
はい
Main dog, geez,
皆
the
さ
day
んが
after
ね
leave. Sorry,
記
bud.
憶喪失になったりとかねするわけ
This
じゃ
will be
な
the
い。
MSQ
やっ
beginning.
ぱ
It's
これ
not
ま
that
で
you
の
will
人
lose the
生の
memories
積
of
み
your past
重ねの
adventure,
先
but it
にあ
might
る
feel a
新
little
たな冒
lonely at
険
the
と
start because
新
everyone
た
is,
なる
you know,
冒険ということです
separated.
ちゃんと皆さんとこう
So
各
this
キャラ
is
クターの
definitely
絆
Thavner,
って
you
いう
can
のは
tell. But the question is that northern
残
Thavner
ってい
or
るの
Northern
で
Thavner?
まあ
Because
今
those
度こそそれ
islands
ぞれ
like
の今度
that
は
make it seem like it's probably
個人的
more
な思い
likely to be.
っていうとこ
Well,
ろ
no,
が
because
よ
if
り
it might be the
パー
lost
ソナルな
cities
面
of the
が
bounty, which means that it would be
出てくるんじゃないか
in the it would be north of Thavner. Islands north of the Thavner, like north,
あ
especially
デ
northwest.
スティニアンねいくらで地図
And that's
買った
probably what this
ね
is.
気になるところ
Two
です
cities hidden in the bounty, especially because you see that shot of us
今
underwater.
ぐるぐる回るところは
Or,
皆さん盛り上
in
がり
a building underwater. This is
Crystal
Crystal Conflict.
Conflict
This is the new PvP mode.
いや今日特集しますよ
お
Okay.
めちゃくちゃやっ
Got Vritra.
たっていうかやってるんでもうすべて
Crystal
の
Conflict
あ
still.
の PVP のジョブアクション、
はい
全変更ですからちょっとね後半詳しくお伝えしよう、
よろしくお願いいたします。
そしてなんと
Yeah, northeast of the Thavner would still technically be
パパ
bounties
が
that
前
works.
線に出ている
Hildebrand Sundown ends up on the first.
なんか一拡張遅れて
Got
ないかお
Y'shtola
前
going into the archives underneath Charlian. So there's a lot. Her probably still trying to study how to get between reflections. Is still going to be a main.
この辺
This is
展
probably
開が
Beast
早
Tribe.
すぎ
If you've
はい
done the quest on Thavner, that was the Alrock who was terrified of Matanga and is now good friends with them. Well, specifically the Arkansas.
みんないろいろやってる
Heaven of Lightning, the realm of
ねまたひどい
Byrago
そうなんだよね
and
これ
that was his symbol just there. Byrago and the
無茶な
Smith
動き
and
がありましたけど
Rogger, the Destroyer. That was the Heaven of Fire, which is home to Naldal and Azima. It's interesting that it's moon
Well,
lit
you
like
know,
that, which means that there's something going on
ね
with Azima.
ここは皆さんすぐ分かる。
Fighting
Well,
Ralger upon
yeah,
Ralger's
cool.
reach, that's
けど
phenomenal.
謎だらけですね
うん。
なんだかわからん
And this is Naldal. Nald the traitor. Yeah, so one being the representative of the under. Yep.
これでもねほぼバトルコンペンツとカットシーンの一部からだけだから
最後ここみんな。
Naldal has Emmett's
叫ん
VA.
でてちょっと面白い
Oh, that's a really good call out, Genesis. I need to watch the English trailer. If so, Naniri's right. Someone at Naniri and tell him that they were right the whole time.
当然ね
The song is so good.
有志選手だね
I'm always worried. Not that it's gonna be the music's gonna be bad, but that it might plateau. And then Soken does something
こ
crazy
のワン
again.
カットだけ
Every
でやばい
time.
気がしないですね。
I wonder if that's the Daily's mount. Yeah, could be.
まあね最大のシーンは当然見せてませんので
でしょうね。
え
それはそうでしょう。
え
I'm gonna have to relook at that map Hydra because when I can get a close look at it after this, I'll be able to more clearly tell
い
geographically
や
where
ー
it
楽しみ
is.
ですね。ということで今日は
震えますね
はい。トレーラーで見たシーンも
Specifically,
あったで
Yoshi
しょ
says
う
they
が
didn't show the
はい
most impressive
の中
ultimate
からお
cutscene.
さらいした後で、実機でを使いながらいくつかのコンテンツご紹介いただくということでよろしくお願いいたします。
はいよろしくお願いし
Ah, I
はい
want all the
それでは
info.
早速参りましょう
But I also
か
wanna
まずは
make
実
that
装項目のおさらいからいきたいと思います。
はい
パワーポイントお願いします。
It's exciting time to play Final Fantasy 14.
まあまずは何と言っても、新たなる冒険ということで、
Side quest,
メインクエストご注目ください。
Yeah, Tataru's Grand Endeavor
今回もたっぷり、
Which is
カットシー
interesting
ン非
because
常に
it's a side quest
豊
and
富
it's
にですね
getting a
結構長い
cutscene
です
almost like an
はい
MSQ
ボリュームあり
quest.
ます
That's
の
worthy of
で、
note.
ぜひ楽しんでいただければと思い
Unless
ます。
that's an MSQ quest that
そしてですね、
leads
新
into
しい
Tataru's Grand
サイドクエスト、サブクエストのシリーズとして、タタルの大繁盛商店、まあ前回もね、ちょっとご紹介してるんですけど、ちょっとパッチ実装ですね。
Genesis, the Naldal's Emmett VA, is that true in English too?
これ、
Is that where you got
チェ
it
ック
from?
してたんです
Please
け
tell
ど、
us the release date. I'm jumping to do the rates. The release date is the 12th of April.
並
It's
行だと
not next Tuesday,
な
but
んか
following
ちょっ
Tuesday.
とね違和感あるんですよ、
え
なので、まあ、6.1 の
They announced that earlier, and it's always releases on a Tuesday, and in this case we knew it was going to be the second week
ちょ
or
っと
third
組み
week.
替えをさせてもらいました、
It is April
はい
12th.
そして、新たなロールクエストが、エクストラストーリーですね。
Awesome. Thanks,
そうされます。すべてのロールクエスト、行列のフィナーレのすべてのロールクエストをコンプリートしていると、発生するエクストラストーリーがあります。こちらですね、さっきちょっと映像もいくつかそれっぽいやつ出てましたが、
はい
バトルも 結構ね凝ったやつありますんで、ぜひですねこちらまだだよという方は、ゆっくりでもいいのでぜひやっていただけると、そうですね。
Sure, I understand the question.
嬉しいです。しっかりコストをかけて。
The new role quests aren't just story, but battle focus as well. So the new role quests are going to be like actual combat challenges.
そしてこちらパッチ 6.15 ですが。
Yes. Okay. Sorry, the Tombstone event. That's what you're asking. Yes, the Tombstone event will be until the 12th. That is when it will end.
バトルクラス。
Cool, it's come a bit earlier than we thought, huh? Still looking forward to playing it. Yeah, I'm super excited. And I don't know, for the past month, that might, from the last live letter, I believe, it had been implied that it would be the second week of April. And so, or at least mid-April. So this falls in the parameter of what I would have thought. It'll be interesting because now we know exactly how far away Section 2 will be.
お話のタイトルをつけていくことになります。
Gotta finish my mod grind. Yeah, we should probably get people together to do more stuff
で描いていく物語のタイトルは
The map for the dungeon seems to be a bunch of tiny islands. Might be the deep water ports of Alnair. It could be. It depends on whether they're going for the Golden City of the Bounty, whether that's the same thing as Alnair or Alnair. And I'll take a very close look at it after this. Yeah, no problem, YouTube.
ヒルディの冒険とかね、いろいろこう分かりやすいストーリータイトルをつけていきたいと思っていますので、
It also may be that there aren't enough context clues from that map to be certain that it's not a region far enough outside of Thavnair that we couldn't point to whether it's north or south.
一時期お休みいただいてた分だけ。
The new Hildebrand adventure in 6.15. The Japanese title says Hildebrand is back. Come home. These quests will probably feel really silly, which is what we expect.
こちらも 6.15 で公開となります。そしてこちらもサイドクエストですが、次元の狭間オメガ番外編ということで、グレンドリベレーター
Omega Beyond the Rift will be, we don't know which 6-point patch it will be, but it'll be
展
one
開
of
して
the
いた
6 points.
次元の狭間オメガというレイドシリーズの後日
They
談
mentioned in the English trailer the King of all riches, or at least that's what it sounds like. Those who brings the maps.
相当気合を入れて
Yeah, interesting. Interesting, Hydra. I'm going to be real excited to dig into that. King of all riches could be a lot of different things.
おります。なかなかいいお話という
New custom deliveries. Everyone's going to be dressing up Emilians. Please give her some dignity. I beg of you. That said, Emilians is such a troll that I wouldn't be surprised if she would just like show up in front of her husband in a bunny suit. So, Emilians be Emilians.
そしてお得意様取引もパッチ 6.15 での
The Omega storyline quests are actually really packed. So if you haven't played the Omega raids yet, now is the time. So speaking of, for anyone who's not played the Omega raid, first off, sound off in the chat, but also let me know and we can try to get a group together through the Discord to try and have people play through all of the Omega raids at least once. Because if you haven't, you really should for a lot of reasons that are world. And also, they're fun. Also, if you like Final Fantasy VI and some of the others.
2.0 範囲から順次
Yashtola's goal is to bridge the source to its shards. Who would have known? Yep, been calling that, been saying that for months and months and months. I mean, she says as much, and also if you talk to her between patches. So we know, anyone who's been paying close attention would have known that. It's great that they now have it explicit. I mean, usually that's what happens. They like allude to a thing, a patch or two, or you know, some amount of time beforehand, and then have an explicit thing. I have to finish Omega. Well, let's get you there. Maybe that's what we'll do tomorrow, on Saturday. We'll get everyone through Omega who hasn't done it. In preparation for Also in the trailer, we see a group of people summoning Void Send, right? Think those guys are the remains of the Dalmu cult? It could be. What's interesting is that their clothing also makes them almost look like the Black Mask asses as well. So they could be remnants of that group. So it could either be Dalmu, it could be... There's a bunch of different things it could be. It'll be really interesting to see which way they go with that. Wish I could find an English comm on Ramu. Oh shoot, I need to finish Omega. We'll join the Discord and join our group for Omega on Saturday.
戦いが待っておりますので、この辺ねぜひちょっとやってみたいなという方はですね、強くてニューゲームの一通り落ち着いたらですね、ちょっとやってみていただけると全然またちょっとイメージ違うと思うので。
Also, Yashtula trying to get to the other stars. Do I finally smell a Final Fantasy XI crossover? It depends. We've been arguing for a long time that one of the reflections could be a deeply 11-inspired locale, or it could just be an 11-inspired. 11. I don't think it'll be 11 directly, but it'll be deeply 11-inspired. One of the other things that could happen is that the new world, there's a lot of implications that the new world is deeply inspired by 11, but again, that doesn't mean it's literally is. So, could Venediel be one of the reflections? Maybe, but the cosmology and geography doesn't make any sense because the reflections are supposed to be reflections of Heidelberg. They could still do it, though. They're definitely looking like Ascians, and there's all these things with dark portals similar to the Terra's Ascians make. Yeah, my read on that from the like 5 frames I saw was that it was much more like the remnants of the Ascian legacy, because not all of the red masks are dealt with, and there's still probably more than a few black masks out there. We have our Thor. Should have known it was him. Oh, Byrago? Is that what you mean with his hammer? Improvement to a Realm Reborn main scenario quest. Do we support for a Realm Reborn patch 2.0? That's exciting. I'm excited to do a lore replay of all of Realm Reborn. I started doing one before, but it was early days. There weren't a lot of people watching. I think I might start from the beginning, and especially now with the fates, with the trust system and all the changes they've had with the Realm Reborn, now will be a really interesting time to go back through. Having played it the last time, really during. So the duty support system will cover every story dungeon from patch 2.0 during when 6.1 launches. Even if you played it in the past, maybe the experience will be refreshing if you give it a try and do Game Plus. That's the plan. We'll give a demonstration of the duty support system. So this is a demonstration of what it's like. So you do not go in with Scions, you go in with just general adventurers, who are the sort of people that, you know, you would find around the world. Maybe we'll see La Habre in the next patch. We did hear a voice saying, I've returned, or something like that. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ways that could be played. The thing is, with La Habre, I don't think he's going to necessarily return. There's room for it to happen in a couple different ways. But the way that they're playing Panda seems to be more about dealing with the legacy and La Habre, so I would assume that that's more where they're going to focus that storyline and narrative. But it's possible. Eager Marauder, Eager Conjurer, Eager Thaumaturge. Is an Eager Thaumaturge a caster, or is that just an arsonist? Is an Eager Thaumaturge just an arsonist? That's a good question. Okay, I'll look into the Discord. I'm too afraid to do much due to Lang barrier, husband JP, and I've been hard JP. Yeah, no worries. It's a very low-key environment. Happy to take our time. More than willing to work with anyone who needs help, whether it be language or anything. We have various people with different language backgrounds as well. No stress. Just know that you're welcome and it's a welcoming environment. I wonder if Guardian choice we had in character creation plays into the fight somehow. Yeah, I've wondered that too, Exord. I've been really interested to see whether or not who you pick for that is ever something they touch on. I would love... I don't think it will play super meaningfully because of all the different interactions they then have to create, but I think literally a throwaway piece of dialogue is all they need to make it a little bit fun. I know that I picked, because I picked September, and I think it's, when I first started playing I picked Hello Night. I don't know what my reason is, but I know I picked Hello Night. Which made Ishgard interesting. Oh, I wonder who's this mysterious crystal extra. Yes, an enigmatic figure, truly. Also, why I don't recognize any other voices during the line story section, I definitely hear Emmett in the Nalthal one. When I go through all of the cutscenes for the video after, I'll try to see if I can figure out any of the other voice actors, because I wouldn't be surprised if some of the other, assuming that Nini's theory is true, and the convocation is the true identity of the 12, it would then be really interesting to point out, to see like Igiorm, there's a bunch of different characters that have specific voice actors that we could use to try and test that theory. Although I don't know how many of them would tie into Azima, Ralgar, based on our theory, who's Ralgar in our theory? I don't recall. But it doesn't matter, we'll get back to that later.
多分ダメじゃないと思いますよ。はい。途中で出てくりゃいい話ですから大丈夫です。
Okay, are they going to Aurum Vale? Those fucking they better not be going to Aurum Vale.
ID は大丈夫なはず。
Okay, no. Oh, they're gonna show us the poison fields of Thousand Maws, because they said they were changing those up. Was the new raid inspired by a previous FF series? Any boss? No, the new series is purely original 214 and is based on the 12. the deities of Eorzea. And the 12, and what we saw so far is that we know that each of the 12 have a realm that's called the Heaven of like element. So there's the Heaven of Lightning and the Heaven of Fire, which we just saw in that trailer, or at least the places that inspired them. And we saw the gods Byrago and Rhalgr, the two gods of lightning, and Nalthal, the twin deity, and Azima, who are the two gods of fire. So it is purely original to 14 in every meaningful way. Totorock is looking quite wild. New Totorock is jarring. I mean, I'll take it. Old Totorock wasn't great. I know some people love the like puzzle. Oh wow, this is lovely. I know people love some of the puzzle dungeons early on, but like they're fine. They're great for the first time you play them. If you have a bunch of people who want to play them that way, but other than that, they're not. I much rather would have a fine-tuned, really refined, exciting experience in combat for my dungeons and have more optional content be the puzzle stuff, because things that are going to be inherently tied to any form of repeatable content should not necessarily be puzzles in nature, because puzzles are not maybe fun the first or second time. Fun the first time figuring out, fun the second time because of mastery, but you do it 10 times, it's not fun. It's just, there's no challenge. I use Trust to got Starbird minion, love Trust, yes, I love the Trust system. The Trust system is phenomenal. I've talked at length about it and why it's a great system. I'm super excited about bringing it to the rest of the game, and I do not believe it will take away from the MMO. There's still tons of content that will require multiplayer, and a bunch of content that will. The thing is, people now have a way to get in if they've been afraid of playing with others or MMOs, and now they have a way to like get their foot in the door, play through a lot of the MSQ, and then branch out, which is what will really happen. I really thought each of the gods will take the form of one of the main races we can choose to play. I mean, there's only 8 races, so that wouldn't really work. But I hear you. I did all of Shadowbringers and Walker with Trust systems because it just felt right. Just like narratively, it was really enjoyable that way. Something to know: if the fact that 12 are the complication, this has to be in the Unsundered world, and this explains why Hop Rays and the Raid series immediately. No, not necessarily, because the thing is that these can be representations of the convocation as they exist within the world. This may not be the literal beings. This is more specifically likely to be the beings as myth represented in reality, in some way or form. The theory is that the convocation inspired these people, not necessarily that they are literally them. And part of that could be that part of that look at that is that part of the Neri's theory is that, and it couldn't be Nalthal in any way because his true form was unless it drastically changed between the time. Shadowbringers and the Unsundered World, which I mean it could have, but it seems odd. We haven't seen any other ancient. Their true form seems to be their true form. Yes, I wanted Azima to be either Makote or Aura. A bit boring that all the god characters look like hero elves. I think it's because if they are based off of ancients, that's where the idea is coming. Also, we've only seen 4 of 12. It's still possible some of the other beings could be different races, or had the appearance of different races. Main oddity in this world would contradict why they would help Luis while asking something. No. So this is also important. What got summoned over Cartnow was not actual 12. It was a primal of the Eorzeans that was created in that moment to serve that function. It was the faith in the 12 and the idea of the 12. It was not the literal 12. As far as we know, the literal 12 may not even necessarily exist, and even these beings we're seeing in Myths of the Realm are not the literal 12. But what was summoned over Cartnow was a primal, and it was not the actual 12. And it was a single entity, not 12 entities. After we'll catch up here in prior coverage. Sorry, I missed the earlier part of that. I understand you now. Yeah, just to clarify. So essentially primals. They could be primals. They could be something else entirely. But it's very unlikely that they are literal ancients, but it's not impossible. The thing that's important to note here, though, is that things like Rhalgr's Reach, we saw the statue of Rhalgr's Reach sitting in the land of Rhalgr, but that statue doesn't come to being for thousands of years. I don't think it's in the Unsundered world. I think this is somehow in the world as we know it, and the entities that we experience in the Myths of the Realm are merely inspirations from actual historical figures who were ancients. New dungeon, a new trial, and Singer's Aria, and the new Unreal trial, which is going to be Ultima. Experienced players know by the X.1 patch will always bring the extreme versions of the expansions as boss. There will be a new reward for the Unreal trial. I think they are pretty nice. And now the new alliance ring. This is the realm.
後ほど実機で、ちょっとだけ中を見てみよう。
We're going to get a sneak peek on Miss the Realm later, so stay tuned. Yeah, I'm glad that I could help elucidate some of that, and then we've got there will be more content around that, especially Miss the Realm as that comes out. I mean, that we will cover that quite a lot. Also, the video I make after this will try to dive into a lot of these pieces. Sorry that I'm talking so much over what they're saying, one of which is that they're actually not saying a bunch other than what you're seeing on the note cards, and the other is there's so much to cover.
6.0 公開から2週間後を今のところ予定しております。こちらすべてのバランス調整もデバッグも完了しましたので。
Thanks for waiting. There will be a new Ultimate in patch 6.11, which will be 2 weeks after 6.1. Important note. So Ultimate comes out at the end of April.
まあこれまでのまた絶とは
And it's called Dragon Song's Reprise, if you are not already
違う感じであります。
And I love that they're using
まあちょっとなんかね
the neural link that they have around Grace Valgar there
ちょっとねインタビュー
is
でも
something that they is from the Binding Coils of Bahamut, and there's literally a plot element of the reason that they have to hide what happened in the Binding Coils of Bahamut is because of people like Ishgard got control of neural links, what they might do to try and control dragons. So it's literally this lovely element from a Realm Reborn's raid almost a decade ago, ending up coming back full circle into a 6.1 Ultimate.
と比べてもなのでまあちょっとゆっくり長めにこう攻略期間を取ってですね
TDR or just Dragon Ult?
6.1 のいろんなコンテンツも皆さんやりたいと思うので、はい。
I'm sure you'll tell me in a second, Hydra. My brain is not processing that.
そうですね。はい。いうのんびりいきましょう。
It will feel different to the past Ultimates, and I don't want to scare people too much, but a freshly introduced Ultimate will feel a lot different to clearing an Ultimate long after it was released. So please take enough time if you want to tackle the content. Yoshi P expects the average group to take 4 months to complete. Dragon Song's Reprise. Dragon Song's Reprise is the name of the
今回かなり行われております。ジョブ関連の調整は後ほど少し一部ご紹介しようと思ってます。
Job adjustments. Okay, for all my white mages and dark knights over here, I grant you a blessing. Please get the love that you deserve.
後半でたっぷり PVP 報酬関連のシステムも含めてご紹介していこうと思ってます。はい。続いてです。
Oh, sorry, Hydra.
大変お待たせしましたが、
totally missed that. I think TDR. I think TDR is the right one.
もう本当呼びづらい。エンピレアム、販売開始となります。
Oh, talking about all the housing stuff.
So this is
important. So touching on the Unending Codex. The idea for the Unending Codex is they want to flesh it out and make it the system by which people who want to start at 6.1 have a way to look back at prior, like the things that they missed. That's the idea for the Unending Codex. It seems pretty light initially, but the fact that they're introducing it now, I think, is more about future proof. Cat got out, so deaf up now.
というのもですね、まだちょっと僕の方でですね。使い勝手を調整したい部分があってですね 6.15 を正式としてはい行きたいんですけどちょっと使っていただいてフィードバックとか
Dark needs more self-sustain. Yeah, Dark self-sustain is broken. It's just bad. And even if it's okay in theory, it doesn't feel good. I mained Dark all through Shadowbringers, and I just can't even go Dark. But luckily I was maining Paladin for Invoker anyways. But I mean, also the fact that they linked Abyssal Drain to Carven Split, it's just like crazy. Well, we know we're getting more plates and later getting more dresser space. Yes, we're getting 400 more dresser spaces and 5 more climber plates, so that's super exciting. Because if they double our space for dressers, that doesn't fundamentally solve that the system's not great, but boy does it fix a lot of problems for a lot of people. Dark is my main tank currently, and it's just it's not bad, but it's rough. It doesn't feel good the same way that other jobs can feel good. I sense they really want to emphasize we are adventurers and Warrior of Light is not used as much. Maybe I'm wrong, but I hope they start branching off the old storyline and we're purely adventurers. I think it's going to be a mix, because I think There's a lot of seeds for Mericidia, the New World, Restoration of the 13th, going to the other reflections, things out in the Sea of Stars. There are different storylines that they're setting up for and building upon, but I do think that the emphasis is going on an adventure. And what I think is that Mericidia in the New World, which almost certainly is what 7.0 is going to be, helps build into that because it's less of this grand narrative and more of this thing. However, there are nested things like the reflections, relationships with Green, Shul is trying to do with the reflections, the reckoning with Garlemald and stuff. There are a lot of plot lines that still need to be a part of the world, but I do think, Eddie, that the vast majority, that at least for 6.x, at least for 6.1 to 6.3, there's going to be a big emphasis on adventure with also an emphasis on
そしてですね、前回ちょっと説明不足で非常にご迷惑をおかけしましたが、トピックスもたくさん出させていただきました。データセンタートラベルがですね、6.18 で、
can't wait for the space increase. Yes,
こちらもですね、いよいよ物理
I hope we can show how hairstyles work on Frost. They did say we'll get this in Patrick. I think it's 6.1.
全体で
I think you're right. So they hopefully will touch on that. Mericidia, I think, is the biggest scene right now, but I 100% agree. If the role quests in Endwalker and a lot of other things in Endwalker didn't so heavily set up things for New World, I would have been 7.0 would have been Mericidia. I would always my guess. The other thing is Yoshi P loves surprising people, so that's my only worry. But I will bet money now. I will bet money now. I will bet gil now. I will give anyone who asks me later 1,000 gil. New World or Mericidia, that is 7.0. I promise you it will be terrestrial. And cut this and make fun of me later if I'm wrong. Forgive me if said, does outside housing storage increase? I don't know YouTube, and I don't know if they've mentioned, but we'll keep an eye out on that. Oh, hey, sorry for making you wait so long for new hairstyles for Hrothgars. So they're going to talk about that. New game edition, plus editions, awesome. I've been needing to film some stuff from Endwalker for New Game Plus. Yep, right as you ask, so you will be given. Such is the way of the Yoshi P. Oh! Okay, I actually like that. A lot better than the, like, Karen haircuts that all the Vieira got. And then you get boy Karen haircut for Hrothgar. Look, it's not bad. I think people like that, but boy, does that make me laugh. Okay, the snow haircut. The snow haircut on Hrothgar? That looks pretty good. I'm here for it.
耳はね、髪の毛の中に格納されてるって思ってください。
なるほど。
そうしないと、もともと耳と頭が一体成形で作られているのがロスガルを実装するための仕様なので、そこを髪型を追加するならもうこうするしかないので中に入ってるんです。
Show me the Beast Boy. Okay, that literally looks like he's about to be in a boy band. I feel like if you took the 4 Hrothgar with these haircuts, you could make a Hrothgar boy band out of it.
Why?
Thank you, Yoshi P. But why? I hope they bring back the cloud hairstyle. I got jealous when I see some. It's only a matter of time. I do really think that they're dedicated to getting all the hairstyles on all the races. Yes, let's make more Hroth memes. More than we already have. We had a conversation about Hroth memes. I mean, maybe memes in the loosest sense. Maybe more Hroth art. Smells very April Fool's, yeah. The main reason I'm so set on Mericidia being the next is simply thanks to Crowd. You mentioned to being underutilized and how they want to use her more for later. Tied directly to Mericidia thanks to Trials. Yeah, well, and Vritra and the freeing of Tiamat during 5.5. Hydra, I think there are tons of reasons. And you said some of this earlier too. But I think there are tons of reasons why I think you're right. Was that Hrothgal confirmed? No, that was Hroth Boy with that hair. Hrothgal is going to look more like the Ronso from like a female Ronso from LXX if the concept art is anything to go by. Unless you're joking, in which case. I mean, I used to be a Hroth, I told you, right? If you did, I've totally forgotten. That sounds... You as a Hroth, that's pretty funny to me.
こちらも後で実機、
後ほどご覧いただけます。
で、さらに、傘に新しい待機モーションを入れてですね、ちょっとおしゃれに 傘を差してポーズを
I love this. The check mark displayed on items that you already have. So like if you already own a mount and you want to go to like buy that mount or minion or mount, it'll show you that you already have it. I'm so thankful for that. It means I can just go through the marketplace and buy every minion I don't have already. I'll post some pics from 2 years ago. Please do.
いうことですね。で、まあ当然その、絞り込んで検索することも可能になりますよ。
Improved market search for items for obtaining minions and mounts and stuff in the market board. Thank you.
あるんですが、はい。
Always quality of life is always good. So almost anywhere you can teleport. Yes. So also everyone remember you can change your glamour plate that you're wearing now at any sanctuary. So basically any aetheryte or place that you get that little moon symbol, that you can change your glamour instead of having to go to main cities now.
コンテンツ、バトルコンテンツ、バランス調整が
AR through Shadowbringers has Froth.
はい。あとはいろいろな細々としたものがいっぱいあると思います。
さあ、では、具体的にちょっと
They're making it so if you go to your bed in your you can check, try on items from the Final Fantasy 14 online store. Yoshi really did not want to make the store in the game, so he thought, okay, but we have to make a compromise to allow people to at least try them. Job adjustments, here we go! Supposedly, according to Yoshi P, most of this is supposed to be buffs and or quality of life / like gameplay feel improvements. So, like things like Dragoon's jump is getting, making it so it's going to be a little less stiff to use. I'll finally be able to click on a minion and know I have it instead of buying a 15 Gesh. Because I always forgot that they make a solid dog in it. Yep. I feel that. Dark needs to love, dark does. Machinist. Potency on multiple actions including Key Blast, Wildfire, and Trail of increase. Cool. I think the range have all been in a weird place. I mean, they've not been in a weird place, but some of them have been underwhelming to me. To resolve issues with wildly fluctuating DPS from critical hits, the actions Midare, Setsugeka, Kaishi, and Kaishi, Ogi Namakiri, Kaishi Namakiri will now be guaranteed critical hits. Nice, so much more consistent samurai. Very consistent. Drill increased, yummy. Cross fingers, Reaper Dot turns into OG CD or 60 seconds default. I'll take it. Oh my god, thank you, Yoshi P. Yeah, these are all looking to be good. Ninja to improve synergy with other jobs. Mug, 100 second recast will now apply debuffed enemies and increase damage. Okay, so Mug actually works. Trick attack has been changed to now only increases personal damage to dealt target, and according to this change, action potencies have been adjusted. Yeah. Summoner needs more primals, FF11 style. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it eventually, because the rework has allowed them to now have a baseline from which they can increase. But that's gonna... If that happens, it would be 7.0 on. There's some more reasons why it would get funky because of how they've justified it not having it already, but it's not. It could easily be worked around in any manner. Hey, Everlark. Also, welcome. Thanks for joining, Art.
ほぼ全てのジョブに何かしら入ってます。で、さらにだと。
Patch 6.1 job adjustments. Dark Knight! To improve survivability when using Live and Dead, the effect of Walking Dead will now restore HP by a significant amount upon successfully landing attacks. Let's go! Also, that just really fits with the flavor of Dark Knight. I think the next expansion will have the next primals from Aroma Reborn, Leviathan, and Ramu at least. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we got them in Shiva eventually. Yeah, when they release Geomancer Job, I bet Summoner will get more of a rework, EX, more summons. Yeah, that'd be an interesting way to approach it. Let's go. Okay, but is there more in the department sustain? They didn't talk about any of the sustain. I mean, like, that's a good change for Dark Knight, but they need a sustain. They need that sustain. Shorten the animation lock for jump actions, which is awesome. Making it so the Dragoon feels even better. Because again, how it was fine, but it doesn't mean it's good. And it could be better, and that's what they're doing. They're making it better and more enjoyable to play it. It's not like Dragoons were broken, or like, this isn't like it's going to be such a big change it's going to break everything. It's just going to make it so that there's more maneuverability with jump, to make you feel like you're actually, you know, a Dragoon with all your mobility.
ちょっと次、検討していきたいと思ってます。はい。はい。で、正 召喚はシェアリングライトをペットじゃなくて
Summoner steering light will now be cast directly from the summoner instead of carbuncle.
ところなので、もうそれはそのまま。
Again, it's not so much a DPS increase, it's more about making the field feel
繰り返しで
good.
すけど、これだけじゃないんで、他にもたくさん
That
の
is an
項
improvement
目
in
が
field.
あるん
I'll
ですけ
take
ど。
that.
そうです。名前が出てこないジョブの変更もありますし、名前が出たジョブも
Is steering light
ここに書いてある以
prohibited
外
from
のこ
being
ともあり
used
ま
when
す
you
か
have
ら
a
ってことが
primal
そうですね。
If so, then that means that you'll be able to
暗
use
黒騎士
steering
だ
of
と
light
なんか
even
こ
when
う
you have
スタッ
primal.
クアクションに変わってるものもあって、
はい
こうレーテンシーに影
For
響されずに
Eorzea!
こう打てるようになる。ここ結構グローバルでフィードバックあったりしたんで、まあそういうところも調整してるんで、これが全てじゃない。全てはパッチノートを見てあげれば。白魔同士も結構手を入れております。
So more insta hits and unsync. Yeah.
アサイラム、狭いっていうところを
White Mage, the effect radius of Cure 3 in Asylum has been extended to
キラー
10
に合わ
yalms.
せて
Okay.
拡大したり、
Liturgy of the Bell can now be ended at will to restore an
内
amount
容
of
もですね
HP dependent on the
変
number
更
of stacks.
変更させていただい
Again,
て
nice. White Mage, like Dark Knight,
あ
needs
と
more
は
to fix it. It's
MP の
not,
消費量を
you know, as many of you have said, you know, it needs the
抑えたり
PvP. It
っていうと
needs,
ころをやってます。
honestly, it needs Lily
あ
to
と
be
は学者なんです
OGCPs.
が、
That's what
こ
it
ちらも
needs.
ですね、
Scholar, the effect radius of Sacred Soil has been extended by 10 yalms. The effect duration of
大変
Expedience
申し
granted
訳
by the action
ご
of
ざいません。
Expedient has been reduced from
疾
20
風
seconds to
の
10
手をですね 移動
Yeah.
速度
Okay, I'm not
上昇の
surprised that
効果をですね
Expedience needed a nerf
さすが
because
に
Expedience was
10秒は
phenomenal, and 20 seconds is
うん
a ridiculous amount of time.
10秒に
That's
どうにか
fine.
させてい
You
ただきたい
shouldn't need an
です
extra 10 seconds from Expedient. Like, you should only need it for
申し訳ない
if you're using
本
it.
当にすみません。はい。で、
Scholar did not
もちろ
need
ん
buffed.
繰り返しですけど、ここに記載
I mean,
さ
like
れてない
a Sacred Soil increase is not
何らか
huge.
手入ってま
It's
す
not better, but like
結構な
that nerf
触
for
り心地に
Expedience,
関する
it
もの
is
っ
a
ていうのもかなり
drastic
いろいろ
nerf,
多
but
い
it
ので
doesn't nerf really
そちらを
the
ぜひ
situation in which
や
you're
っぱり
going to use it because what
特
you're
に今
using it
その
for
忙
to
しすぎ
maneuver
る
and position
プレイ
and
フィー
get
ル
to
が
where
っ
they need
て
should not be
いう
taking
声が
more
多
than
い
seconds.
まあちょっと竜騎士
This just lines up with
先
current
生自身に
combat
関して
spirit.
は
Yeah.
今ケンケンガクガクじゃあどう大幅変更していくんだっていうところをやっているので、まあちょっと 6.2
Damn,
目
that
指
nerf
し
will
で
hurt my P4S, P2 prog.
結構
Yeah,
変え
okay.
させてい
Now
ただ
that
くこと
said,
に
you
なるかなと
shouldn't.
思いますので
Does not mean it is not very helpful and something that people have been relying on.
あとはですね、全体的に
I will say it again, there will be changes to other jobs as well, and jobs mentioned so on the sheets aren't limited to adjustments on the sheet either. Thank you, Everlord. Yeah, I forgot to read that
だから
one.
まあ
So Dark may still have more
90 に
changes.
なった時
Yep.
の
So
バ
the
ランス
hope
に
is that these are the
影響ないんですけ
primary
ど
big
低レベ
ticket
ル帯やって
numbers,
る時に
and
暇すぎ
that
る
Dark
っていう
Knight
状
and
況
White
に
Mage
ち
will
ょっ
still
と
get those changes.
アクションの習得レベルを下げて、まあその分範囲 A の威力を下げて範囲 B も
What are you gonna give my boy to
したりとか、そういう調整はやってる
I mean, honestly, we don't need
数字も
anything.
結構変わってるんですけど、
I don't need anything
低レベル帯の方のプレイにも今回バランス調整入れてますので、そのあたりもご承知おきいただければと。
But nothing's in a perfect place.
はい。で一部ね、結構そのナーフ
Tell me about my boy the Sage and tell me about
ま
my
あ
boy
今
the
回そ
Paladin.
の疾風怒涛の経緯という
Yeah, not that I don't think
なんか
anything
ちょっと
the
それ
Sage
以外
needs
にも
anything.
ドキドキされてる方とかちらっと見たんですけど、
はい
それらは特に
You will learn some this is another thing. You will learn some actions sooner on lower levels, so it doesn't feel as boring to play them.
ちょっと
But that, of course,
20
results
秒
in
というのを
potency
注意を
nerfs.
させていただく。
That's really important because one really big problem this game has right
まあ
now
鎌田
is it
と
takes
プラ
far
ス
too
マ
long
ン
for the combat
が
to get interesting.
0.3秒硬直が
A Realm Reborn as a whole is
硬直が
basically uninteresting.
短く
It's
なる系は
important
ね
that
結
they
構
have
い
an
ろんな
onboarding process for
やっ
people who
た
do
ん
not play
で
MMOs. It is
はい
very important that it has
やっ
that.
てる
But if you are a
例
veteran
え
in
ば
any way,
忍者の
it
宿
takes
敵と
too
かも
much game time
硬
for
直
the
時間
combat
ちょ
to
っと
get
短くな
good.
って使いやすくなってたりとかすると思う。
I think this is a thing for long-term health of the game.
というわけで、
It
まあ
doesn't affect me very much. I don't mind, but it is something I see repeatedly.
かなりのジョブに
Lilies
い
for
ろんな
White Mage,
調整
please.
を
Yeah.
行わせていただきましたので、
Make
ぜひ
Lilies
また触っ
OGCPs,
て
please. Early AoEs, please. Yes.
思っております。
Early AoEs,
はい
definitely.
ありがとうございます。
はい。
Additional note,
それでは
Red Mage's displacement
続いての
animation
ブロッ
lock
クに
will
参
be
ります
adjusted down to
ね。
0.3
よ
seconds.
ろ
So
しい
Red Mage is also going to feel better. And again, changes are not limited to what you just saw here. There is far more. Heaven of Lightning! Eorzean? What is it?
画
Eorzean?
面は進んでいった。
Oh, Eorzea Abu. What is it?
画面は進んでいった。
Myths of Eorzea. That's what it's called.
まあそのなんだ、
はい
戦士まあそうなんですけど、戦士にもありますよ調整は。 大丈夫。
Same
はい
name.
全てのリストと対象
I do think Mists of
の
Eorzea is a slightly better name in some ways because it's less poetic than Mists of the Realm. I think Mists of the Realm is a better name for English, but
そちらをお待ちいただ
the
けれ
fact
ば
that
と
it's
思
the
いま
12 is
す。
important because
まあなんか
it's
こう
more about
タンク
Eorzea
の
as a
範
whole,
囲
whereas
攻
Mists of
撃
the
が
Realm
前
could be
方
more
攻撃
broadly
で使い
applied
づらい
to
とかいうや
Kami or all
つ
sorts of
も
other
う
things.
変えたりしてるんで。
Makes me interested to
ID で
see
ヘイ
what
ト
they
を
change on the
集めやす
Reaper.
く
Yeah.
とか、まあなんか
I,
いろいろ
I,
手を
I, I think Reaper just needs a little nudges in some places to make it feel a little better, like Eddie was talking
では
about.
次の
But
ブロック参りましょう。続いてはこち
I
ら
think
です。
I think all of them are gonna get some.
はい。
So, Dan, was that job for job change or was it a preview of more to come? There may be more to come, and they may be posting stuff after the live letter. So I would stay tuned because there's a good chance that they're.
輝ける
They also might be
新
tweaking
域
things
ア
still
グ
a
ラ
little
イア
bit.
という名称になっております。
な
Aglai.
んやらトレーラーでもそれらしい
Quick, someone look up Aglai.
Hmm.
Is that a? Here, I
映
got
っ
it.
ておりましたが、
まあ今
Is
回
that
ね
a
この新
historical
域
name?
ってい
Are
う
they
のが
referencing
結構
something? Because if it's
キーワード
Grecian, that tells us a lot.
まあ新域とは何ぞやという話なんですけど、
うん
まあそれが見つかったみたいなところから物語が始まって、
Aglaia was one of three.
なるほど。
Uh,
ということで、こちらは今日は実機で
Yep,
はい
it's Grecian.
どんな場所なのか
Definitely inspired by the fucking ancients.
いただきたい。
心
And
配だな
and to what that conversation we have there, with a name like that, it's possible it does come from the Unsunder rules, or at the very least is a much like how the ruins of Amarat survived the Sundering. These could be installations that survived the Sundering but have been hidden up
い
until
や堂々とコマンド名。
スラスラスラスラ D
one of the three graces. Yep.
やらかしじゃないです。
Thanks,
発表してます。しくじってない。意図的です。もはや。まさか
Spelling
音読
out
するとは
commands he's
思わない。
typing out, he's doing this.
まあでもまあまあ。
指差し確認みたいなもん
そうです。あの
Yoshi P's being very careful before they show anything about it because he doesn't want to reveal anything too early. So he's just making sure that he's pressing all the right commands to show off
はい
stuff.
はいこれでちょっと待ってね。
はい。今準備段階に入っております。あれなんですよ。まあ皆さんご承知の通り、まあおそらくカットシーンは見せられないだろう。
うんうん。
いろいろあるんです。
It's a good time to be a Greek myth nerd. That it
移動する手順だ
is.
と思います
That it
すっごいなんかこの辺ごちゃごちゃ
Daenerys
して
gonna be
キー
so
ボードが
excited when he gets a chance to see this.
いけないんで。よ。
はい。
バーン。
I'm going to miss Kaiten's animation, but they're right about the same
輝
button
け
blow
る新
controller.
規アグライアの
Yep, that will always be a problem. There will always be contention around
少々
that.
お待ちください。
But I think it's the right move. But I'm also less affected by it. But I feel for you, Everlark.
今コンテンツに突入したところでございますけど、まだ見せられません。
They're trying to hide spoilers, so we will not get in the that are not in the trailers
Nah.
they showed,
突入カットシーンはちょっと
ダメだな
or that are not in the cut.
綺麗だったから
綺麗ですね
お見せしたかったんだけど、
はい
ダメです。
余裕でダメですよね。ちょっとお待ちくださいね。
ちょっと。
Oh, I'm gonna have so much. I was hoping that this video I was gonna make after this was
no.
gonna be like 20 minutes. It's gonna take me like
なるほど。
I'm gonna be up until well, I'm already up
あ
until
の
the sunrise.
皆
But
さ
I'm
ん
gonna
に
be
分
up.
かり
I'm
や
not
すい
going to
例
bed
でお
tonight.
伝えすると、ニーヤレードに行くと先導してくれる 2B たちがいるじゃないですか。あの人たちを先にさっさと追っ払うっていう今作業をしております。
ちょっと待ってくださいね。早く歩いて。
おお。
この声
2-hour video on all this. Well, so the thing is that the video I'm gonna be making is gonna probably be shorter.
無理です。
But me and Neri are gonna do a recording after I finish that up,
お見
and
送りし
that
た
will
ので
be
待ってくださいね。ちょっと入り口に戻ります。
maybe that'll be a bit longer
スター
depending
ト
on
地点に
the
戻っております。少々お待ちください。
because that's also gonna be a 6.1 sort of
ポジ
predictions
ション
video.
マーカーで飛べはいいんだろうけどね。
I mean, I guess there's only 2 weeks left. That'll basically be our predictions
どう
video.
かと。
はい、なんかちょっと不測の事態が起こってもいけないですね。
ね、3ボスとか行っちゃうかもしれないからね。間違ってね。
It's so weird seeing the game without G shade and seeing it at 30 frames per second. I'm so used to playing at 60 frames.
はい。
And with like extra
曲
anti-aliasing
も
and
流
stuff.
しても大丈夫ですよ。
はい。
Oh, look at that
はい
Heaven of
聞かれま
Lightning.
した。
What's that symbol? Show me that symbol on the pad.
これはもう入ったところです。
あ
Interesting. That's not a symbol of one of the 12, but it does look a lot like the design
あ、こう美しい
of it. I love this
宮殿の
music.
綺麗ですね。
Yeah, so this is the Heaven of Lightning, which is interesting because it makes me wonder, do we see that Hell of Lightning? And maybe if we see that, we're seeing the Heaven of Hell of Fire, that's why it rises and fire goes dark, and we see that background going on.
そんなバカなこんなところに隠し要素みたいな。
Literally a mechanical spire of lightning. Like this is literally how Heaven of Lightning is described. And someone witnessing this and misunderstanding it and treating it as a myth and story would explain why like the Eorzean faith came to be what it is. A misunderstanding of what was written. Which is what we've been thinking about for a while. It's so interesting. That is the exact same as Rhalgr's Reach statue. But its placement is bizarre. Like, what is this locale? Is it within physical space? Is it... I mean, I understand the argument for being the Unsundered world, but there's just something that's odd about that. It's playing Heavensward motif. Yep.
そうですね。新域ですね。はい。よくそんなギリギリ
Just saw an NPC in the background there. I'm wondering who that was. Weirdly enough, it kind of looks like Gaius. I don't think it is though. He's trying to avoid showing us that NPC. Or no, maybe that was just the boss.
こういう感じで進んでいっていただきますが、まあ最初は当然美しいですよ。
Remember, Mist of the Realm is an alliance raid.
美しいです。まだ実機で大丈夫ですよ。まだ実機ですよ。美しいけど、まあ当然それだけじゃない。まあ今回そのエオルゼア十二神ってそもそも何なのとか、あと確かに。
We've seen the trailer someone and Raha in the trailer around the part, both turning into light, vanishing. Maybe in the same timeline space where we travel. Yeah, the Unsundered world. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. There's some weirdness about if that's the case. But if it is an installation within the Unsundered world, that's really interesting. Yoshiki, biggest trolls of all, Agalea, brightness. So does brightness equal light? Just thought about it off the top of my head. Sorry, I'm rambling. No. Speculate away. Just, if anything, speculate in the Discord. I'd love to talk more about it later. It's a little bit harder on live stream. Also, water walking. It's not all about beauty of the instances. We will touch on the 12 and what they are, they do, and why they exist. All those are questions we answer. And yes, you can and will fall down. So be forewarned, if you jump off the edge here, you will fall and die. This, unless the UI elements are wrong, this is the first fight of 6 for this. So that would mean to me, unless there's interstitial fights or other beings that are responsible for the problems going on here, there actually might be 2 more of the 12 that we face. However, 4, 4, and 4 makes more sense because for the 3 different alliance raids, because then you touch on each of the 12.
いやなかなかですね、凝ったギミック山盛りですんで、わーわーしていただければ。
Okay, touching on the new tribal quests with the Arcasodra in Thavnair.
はい。それでは続いて参りましょう。続いてご紹介するのはこちらになります。パワーポイントお願いします。
Also, Hydra, it's possible that stuff with Raha may be more about how way to justify people ending up in the Unsundered world who are not the warrior plight. That could be one answer to what that is, if that's what's going on.
移動しておりますので少々。
Be fascinating to find out.
確かマクロがある。
はい、ございます。
データ。
Okay, this is patch 6.15, so this is going to be more than over 2 weeks after the release of 6.1.
どうぞ。
はい、じゃあ
this will be quite a bit of time before. So also don't feel too pressured. It's not 6.1 comes out and everything comes out. It's 6.1 comes out and over about a month they release.
まあ港町から、はい、
Arcasodra, the Explorer, something I feel in my
新たな拠点がここがちょっとだけ段階上げてありますけど、まあ最終ではない。
Okay, so where do I get to the call-in note so I can skip work this morning to keep watching Live Letter?
はい。ちょっと進んだ段階の
If I could mail you a note, I would. Does anyone have a way to do a really good like doctor impression? We could just phone call in for Ariel.
かわいいんですよこれ。ほら。おい。おっと。
Oh, that's cute. Wait. Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta back up real quick.
演技も凝ってきてる。お。ゾウさん。ですね。
Okay, so they're building an entire zone. Or in that zone, they're building an entire like structure and thing. Me and Naniri were theorizing they might be setting up like to repair the Not dodo.
曲がまたね、
What are they called? Someone help me. They're not the dodos, but they look like dodos in Abner. Naniri loves them. But it looks like there's actually going to be a lot more of like expanding upon what's already there. Hippo! Hippo indeed.
なるほどね。こんな風にさらに育っていく。
Hamsa Hatchery. Thank you, Veindog.
まあちょっとね、種族を超えた友情というか、そういったもの。
I'm here for additional zones, areas to zones. Yeah, one of my favorite things is when places you're at can change. Like Shadowbringer skyboxes, but also like things like the dwarf quest, where like you can affect this map and the actions and things you do, and the actions you take and things you do change the map in the course of time. So I love this stuff.
乗ってしまえばいい的な。一回カメラにしましょうか。
怖いんだよな。
一回生カメラお願いします。
Hippo mount. Ooh. Don't tell Naniri that. Naniri will be sad. Naniri was really hoping for a Hamsa mount. And we already know Hamsa mounts are in the game because you ride one during Endwalker. Hippo, flying hippos. Yep. We'll just have to settle with listening to only in the background. Well, thanks for trying to stick around at all. I'd appreciate it. This seems to be between Gidmad and the Great Work, huh? The fishing village is by theirs too. That place is gonna get crowded. Yep. I still want to level crafters for the Kupo dance and dwarf type. Do it. It's one of those, especially the dwarf. I love all the beast tribe quests, but the tribal quests. But I love the dwarf tribe quest so much. It's great. I recommend doing all of them. Hippo. So this is Doma Restoration-ish for Endwalker. No, this is the beast tribe quest. This is the tribal quest. So this would be akin to for Stormblood. Would be like the Namazu, the Kojin, or the Anata, or for Shadowbringers, the Pixies, Kakern, or the Dwarves. Flying hippos equals hippos on parade. Now we just gotta make it be purple, have wings, and shoot rainbows. Why not hippo and Hamsa? I mean, it's not entirely uncommon, Griffin and Elephant. I wouldn't be surprised if we get. Oh!
だって14だもん。
みんなの思いで。
Y'all getting y'all's wish. We're gonna see a lot of this, I'm sure. And I'm sure we're gonna see Hamsa. Like, Hamsa will be released for some other form or reason. It's only a question of time.
はい。あ、なんかアクションがある。おお。
Oh my god, I was just joking about rainbows. Anyone play Age of Mythology? That's it. I'm back, boys. Well, welcome back, Vernify. Tada. Rana. I'm fine with this. Yes! Give me my boy all grown up to ride. Freaking troll mounts! Troll, don't you troll me with those troll mounts. This better not be an April Fool. I mean, the fact that it's in the game. Here, let me. Let me go one. Yoshi P, I actually really like this mount. It's not from the tribal quest. You can get it somewhere else. Probably somewhere in Labyrinth. Probably. It's our Lord and Savior of the mountains. Praise be the troll. God, I love that quest line and that little boy in Labyrinthos. Love me some Age of Mythology. Yeah. I mean, Gabu Skeleton is easy remakes and stuff. I was just about to point that out, Hydra. Yeah, like the fact that they're using that as a baseline, then it's basically, I mean, it's not palatable. It's a model swap. Oh, hey! That's giving me PTSD from Boja. Oh, and Yoshi P just mentioned that. Oh, holy moly. Wait. Guys, if that's the mount page, they just showed one of the pods from Nier. Are they adding the Nier pods as a mount? Oh yeah! Oh, that's gonna be so good! Yeah, here we go! Give it to me! Yes! Oh, praise be!
ボロっと言われたんで、なんかしろ
And
っ
now I
て
have
言
a
われ
reason
た
to go
んで。
back and do more of those, do more of the near raids.
やったね。ありがたい。
これ、
Oh, that's
地面
exciting.
です。
あ、今これホバリング状態と言いますね。地面。
地面を移動中です。
走ってる状態。
走って
I
る
love
状
how
態。
immediately all of you are just so on board.
随分上がりますね。ホバリングといえど。あ、飛んだ飛んだ。はは。
Yep, everyone has a mighty need. And yeah, Vane Dog, I knew it was going to be this because of how they did the animation in Shadowbringers plus, near. But riding on top of a giant pod, I also would have definitely had taken.
自分だけで飛んでる感のあるものってあんまりなかなかないから。
I can think of all sorts of ways to use this in humorous.
腕
There'll
取
be
れ
some
る。
fun stuff.
非化線の腕力たるや。
たるや。
ねえ。パンチ一発であれですよ。
確かに。
そうですよ。
Oh man, if they make this through near, there's gonna be a lot of near playing coming up. If that's the case, we're gonna have to have like a near community night and just focus on
こちらは
running that and trying to get people their mount.
某人から言わ
Why,
れ
your
たの
arm
で。
fell off?
追い
No,
急
no,
いで
no. Don't
頑張って
underestimate the
実装しまし
Warrior
ょ
of
う。
Light's strength. Well, hey, not only canonically through the MSQ, but even side quests, they make it explicit you have superhuman strength. So.
これはね、結構。
And now they're gonna preview some minions.
そんなになんか難しいコンテンツとかにはしてないので、
はい。
ワイワイ手に入れてもらえるんじゃないか。
楽しみ。
ほい。
よかったですね。
I am a little sad that the Hamsa hatchery will never be fully repaired.
他はミニオンとかも
ミニオンもこのタイミングでご紹介いただいて。あ、もう開きましたね。
Oh, they have a blue-footed booby minion?
せやな。はい。
I love blue-footed boobies. I'm not gonna make the joke. Don't make me make the joke.
待ってよ、ちょっと待ってよ。
まだ非常中です。
I love boobies.
一回
Okay, anyways, back to the chat.
安全性。
I will grind all of the tower to get this mount several times over, just like I did for the minions and hares. Yep, I'll be right there with you. So seriously, if y'all want to do it, just someone at me and looking for group, I will be down for that shit. 14 Warrior of Light is one of the strongest non-multidimensional people in fiction.
これでいいよね。
We strong.
今ホットバーに移植しております。少々。
これね、これすごい好きなんだよな。どうぞ。
はい。カメラじゃない。ゲームお願いします。
So trying not to make a joke. Yep. It's a car. It's a wind-up car. Who's in it? Wait, who's that?
何のことはない、なんかブリキのおもちゃの車なんですけど。
It's Nero.
どっかで見たやつが
Nero.
一緒ですよね。
Oh, that's pretty funny. That's really cute too. Oh, and it's has the Garlean chain on
これ
it.
さ
Has the wind.
シンプ
That
さ
must
す
be
ご
like
い
a
これ。
Garlean toy.
これはすごい。
お、すごい横からも見えるんだって違うんですよ。この書いてあるだけ。
はっついてるっていう状態。すごいな。
たまらない。誰が作ったのかわかんないですけど。
It seems like a lot of the stuff they're introducing is supposed to be more things for every zone too. So like reasons to go back to Garlemald and other regions and do other content. We saw this thing. So one, we've seen this thing before in two places. We've seen things like this design in Scala, but also we've seen it in that trailer we just watched. That we saw creatures like that in the underground for wherever that is in near that there. I love that Mr. Scavia off on his morning commute. I just want to know what it's going to be the new Wondrous Tale on Real Mountain grind so I can make some Gil again. I mean, are you joking? Because you're like, that's a great way to do that. And also, I'm going to be honest, I've always missed the Unreals for a bunch of different reasons. I've been meaning to do them. So if people want to do the Unreals, let me know. Showa Age Choi Husband said. Yes, it does. You're right, it is a Showa Age. Oh my god, it is. It's that early. Oh wow, it looks just like it. Has that same appearance too. A lot of that stuff filtered into the West, into the 50s and stuff, but and so you don't see as much. But you're right; it's totally what it's based on. Great call, you. This was the boss in the trailer. Yeah, I see that thing in the Secret of Mana. Yep, these are cute. It was writing poetry. Yeah, look at that blue-footed booby.
マレット考える。
That better not be an allusion to Mericidia, because Mericidia is like obliquely supposed to be half Australia, part Australia, part Africa. And if that is a minion that's supposed to be alluding to Mericidia, I'm about to die here. No problem, Melody. Yeah. I'll try to remember.
今はそういう気分じゃないのかな。
どうやらそうなんです。気になって仕方がない。
Mighty need.
なんだろう。
Honestly, the changes to like keeping track of minions is also makes me want to like actually work.
まあそれはお楽しみにしてもらいましょう。じゃあ次のを呼び出します。
はい。あ、まだゲームで大丈夫ですよ。
I still can't get over the fact that Yoshi P plays a Wallafell and a Black
これはずるい。
ついにお前らそこにも手を出していくのかっていう感じでしょ。
ああってことですね。
よくこのポリゴン数で
これすごいですね。
作ってるよなと思って。
Okay, so we're about 70 minutes in. So in theory, this should be going for another 50 minutes or so. In theory, it may run longer. Collectors collect. Corgi. Oh my. It sticks his little tongue out. That's not Corgi face. Look at that boy. Puppy. Little Mericidia rank SSS mob sneak peek buff kangaroo. You joke, Eddie, but knowing the humor of this group, I think you're onto something. I think that will be a thing. I will bet money that is an actual S rank mob. Or at the very least an A rank mob. Oh yes. Adorable doggo. Everybody excited for the doggo.
はい、というわけでミニオンとマウントの一部ご紹介でございましたと。
あとあれです。なんなら、ファッションアクセサリーも見ていいです。
はい。なるほど。じゃあちょっと戻してもらっていいですか。
一旦生カメですね。はい、ありがとうございます。
これでもさ、俺のキャラだとさ、頭。
You should be over here trying to avoid any form of spoiler.
まあ確かに。ちょっと待ってよ。こっちって。
Never box with the kangaroo.
これじゃあね。
それダメです。でも。
My personal theory is the Heart of Sabik is actually more to do with Pandemonium, but you may be right. I think there's a couple of reasons. One, because of its ties to Laha Freya, and two, the way in which the first tier of Pandemonium ended makes me feel like the Heart of Sabik is probably more tied to that. But that's just a working hypothesis. It's not like a theory that's rooted in a frick ton.
あれどこ行ったエモートもすげえ数になった。
Come on, Yoshi P, show us more of the game we love so.
今確認しております。
Oh, let me check something real quick. Don't mind me. I'm just doing the fun
皆
streamer
さんの見
thing.
たいやつを見せるための今準備をしており
Like
ま
a
す。
pro.
少々。
No. I sent one of my partners the we just released our April Fool's video today, which you should definitely go check out. I think it's very fun and heartwarming.
それです。
But it's presented by one of our new archons.
まあいいや。どうぞ。
はい、じゃあゲーム。
Oh, it hit me when we have kangaroos. There will be emus. Oh, that's a good chance that'll happen. Oh yeah, they changed the Paracel idle animation to make it a little more lively. Emu War in 7.0.
すごい、日傘感。
Awesome, thanks, Melody. Yeah, I would. Shameless self-promotion. Please check out all our other videos. Also, definitely check out today's video because it is. I thought it was very.
おしゃれを優先される方はそれでも。
もうそうですね。日傘ね。
Emu mounts. I mean, that's just a matter of time, right? Like, even if for some reason we didn't get them in Mericidia, they would prove an inspiration for one of the reflections would end up having a creature like an emu or something. Like, somehow, instead of the Amuro for like the 7th reflection, instead of being like a Chocobo or an Amuro, it's an emu. It'll happen. I wish they make Daushin and Mount. Yeah. I know I said that wrong, but I know what you mean. That would be very cute. This Sassy Memphilia Lala is so good. So far, it's like that Yoshiki wears that.
はい。皆さん、すごいことが今起こりましたよ。
こんな
Yoshi.
ヒーラー、ヒール絶対してくれよそう
してくれないですね。これは。
Really? Oh my god. We'll catch up for sure and love the new umbrella look. Yeah, totally. And again, thank you.
これで皆さん頭掃除をした
状態で。You say minion? I take him out. No. I think we stick with it, though.
ファッションアクセサリーでスクショ撮るみたいな。
We get him out of that. I want a Lalafell riding a dog.
分かってるので、ちょっと種類もね
battle dog.
少なめではあるんですけど増やして。
Imagine a Lalafell riding a giant corgi into battle. What more do you need from life?
ぜひぜひこの辺もいろんなこう撮影とかにね、役立ててもらえればと。
Yoshi is having the time of his life trolling. I mean, when isn't he?
拡大していきますね。
Like, man, he was so excited to troll everyone when he revealed that Othard was going to be a part of the story. That's the only thing that makes me like never be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be Mericidia because he loves surprises. Never try to get ahead. I mean, think how few of us could have predicted where Endwalker was going, right? Never. We can have a lot of good theories rooted in a lot of great evidence, but never trust that Yoshi P isn't going to like somehow manage to surprise us. We have the fattest of cats. Why not the floofiest of dogs? There we go.
場所移動何卒よろしくお願いします。ね。続いては皆さんにオンラインストア販売品の試着機能であるところの
They'll show us a preview of the Mog Station items now, but Yoshi has to teleport first because he has to get to the inn, because you will only be able to preview them by specific going to your inn, going to your bed, and checking them there. You will not be able to purchase them from there. The idea is Yoshi P very firmly wants to have a separate boundary between, like, yes, we have a cash shop to an extent, but we do not want it to be part of the game or pushed in the game. It's against his philosophy. But he understands why it's important for people to be able to check. Oh, does this look good on my character? Before they I mean, we do have a golden poodle. That's true. But Argos is like still totally counts, but that's different than riding into battle on a corgi, right? Like, we can agree. Different vibe. Argos is like just, it's too fancy.
サブコマンドにですね、新しい項目として幻想試着、オンラインストア販売品の試着を利用するというのがございまして、いいですか、そろそろ私押しますよ、このボタンを。押して寝転がってフェードアウトするところまでは大丈夫です。はい。
So now it's the fourth option, the second option in the series. And so basically the idea is in lore is you're going to bed and you're dreaming of what you would look like in these things. Fat Shiba Inu mount. I'd take it. I'd be here for it. Not a poodle, an Afghan. Very different vibe, yeah.
これもダメだよね。
はい、ダメです。上3つがダメだそうです。その左の上3つは危ないらしいです。ので、そこらの場合は超スクロールダウンする。
なんか見せたくなるね、でもこれ。お前
そうだけど、そうだけど
って感じ。ちょっと見せたくなんない？いや、わかります。いつだよって言われたらあれなんだよ。
まあ、開発サーバーだってことは分かってますからね。
まあ、そうね。はい。
Apparently, Yoshi P really wants to show one that they weren't planning on showing.
It's
called the Hip Street costume.
Kairos 起動すれば大丈夫です。
He's on Doggo. Love Argos, especially being side-saddled seat wheel when in a dress. Yeah, it's a look. It's not my preferred look, but oh, for fuck's sake, Yoshi P.
ストアに並ぶんだろうね。
並ぶんでしょうね。あら、素敵。
Oh, he's even got a frickin' hip-hop Moogle. Christ almighty. I imagine Yoshi PRL using a Paladin Jobstone on Square Enix bigwigs before they add online store NFTs. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's on the board now. He's on the board for Square Enix. So he actually has meaningful and specific power. Also, he saved the company. He has... In a lot of ways, he saved the company. And so he has a lot of actual specifics. Gonna use it anyways. That's the Korean one. Yep. He'll defend the game to his dying breath. Yes. He'll defend the game to his dying breath, but also he'll defend making it a good game that meaningfully respects its players. That is why we love it. I think so, Genesis. I think you're right. Like some more casual stuff in the game. There's a bit too much of modernity to it for me to enjoy it. but it doesn't matter if I enjoy it. A lot of other people do, so it doesn't. It's fine. I am not excited by it, and I'm a bit like, but so many people are excited for it. How can I not be excited for it? Ariel, okay, that just reeks of April Fool's to me. But it's not. But it's not. Melody, oh my, I so need to change to be a love. Well, yep. Kupo Trap remix of Moogle theme kicks off. Oh, now I want that. Speaking of, I have a plan for next April Fool's already, and a video that was referenced, something that Koji Fox mentioned about 10 years ago that he wanted someone to do that has never happened yet. I'm gonna take the time to make it and do it right, and that'll hopefully be fun. He did, true. Yep. It's a fantasy game that could sell off so many other genres. Yeah, well, there's a lot of ways that they've integrated. Like the thing, you look at the evolution of technology from like early 1.0 and 2.0 is a little bit more high fantasy. By the time of Endwalker, between the technological advancements and stuff, there's a lot more intrusion of science fiction. Now, there's also Allag has always been a part of it, and so there's always been an intrusion of science fiction, and there's always been an element of modernity boiled into it, and so. It's never just been like high fantasy and it's like, oh, why is there technology in my high fantasy game or something? But it's just like the B-boy, like just K-pop or K-pop star style clothing is just like, for me, one step a little too far. But again, a lot of people are really thrilled and love it. So I'm not here to judge or to be like, no, we shouldn't have it. It's like, it's fine. You can open the usual inspection screen and combine it with your gear you are wearing right now to preview how it looks all together. And there's a bunch of more stuff in it and many things that they can't show. So, exciting. Now on to housing. So I know a few of you were looking forward to that. パッチ 6.1 以降の土地販売と。This is just them reiterating how the housing plot sales are going to go for 6.1.
すでにハウジングに関しては詳細をトピックス新仕様も含めてルールで出させていただきますので、詳しくはそちらをご覧いただきたいんですが、さらにここで重要なポイントがあるのでお伝えしておきます。次のページお願いします。まずパッチ 6.1 ではエンピレアムだけじゃなくて全てのハウジングエリアの全区画は抽選販売に決定させておいていただいてます。
Each Final Fantasy is its own, so it's not that I have a problem Final Fantasy becoming more modern. Like, I have no problem with 15. My problem is when there's a tonal inconsistency in things swapping all around. So like, I love 15 in terms of like its aesthetic and world building and it being futuristic. That's no problem with me. It's surely when you have something that's more fantasy and you go too far one way all of a sudden, without meaningfully progressing it, it feels can feel jarring.
一応プログラマーからは変えたい、今日変えたいっていうのはやめてくれって言われたんですけど、結構
I'm not sure what you mean, Exorn. So attempting to change. I have too much Gridanian items though. Yes, I agree. I like it more when they try to make casual modern outfits matching with Final Fantasy 14 zombie, half casual, half fantasy. Just wish I could convert a personal house to an FC house, but I get it. Yeah. Hi, hello, Passion. The producers. So no, you're wrong. I'm usually pretty less likely to have ardent disagreements on stuff like that, but you're wrong. I misunderstood. Yeah, no, all good. It's a nuanced topic, and I wasn't super clear. Melody, wish I could have my Gridania home and an Ishikara park. Yeah, well. In a world where there was enough for everybody to have what they wanted, yeah, but also I'm really glad that they make it limited so that people can You can have an apartment and a home?
存在します。で、この5日間の間に空いている土地のサインボードから応募してですね、この土地買いたいよと。で、ギルを一時的にお支払いいただいて、抽選番号というのをあなたはこの番号ですよっていうのを受け取ります。で、その初回スケジュールとしては、パッチ当日4月12日から、4月16日までというふうになってます。こちらタイムゾーン、違いますので、詳細がその黄色い文字でタイムゾーン各地域出ておりますので、
Fashion, if you continue to mention stuff like that, I'm just going to go ahead and kick you.
この
there is someone
応
behind
募
you.
期間
Diff areas,
に
does it
応募
matter?
していただいた
Yeah,
方
we'll
で
try and let you know. Yeah, go for a melody. See how that goes.
抽選を行ってですね、
はい
結果発表期間というのを4日間その後ろで、取らせていただきます。当選者の方はですね、この期間に、手続きして途中
I'll cover this. It doesn't
こ
matter.
こで初めて所有
Sure, I have an
になりますので
apartment.
ご
Sure,
注
we're
意
gonna
くだ
have
さ
some
い。
lavender beds, FC
で
house.
その
there
初
too,
回
and a
スケ
room
ジュー
in
ル
FC
は
house.
こちら同じように、下の方に日時書いておりますので
I
ご確認
am
ください。
not an authority
まあこれ
on
ね
houses. I
早
don't
く
even
応募した
own
から
one.
有利とかってことは
So
な
I
い
will
の
let
で
you
ね。
guys
は
or
い
people who know better
お手すきの
be
タイミング
informative
で、
on that. It's just not one of the things that's
応募いただけれ
more
ばと
captured my
思います。
imagination, especially making
はい
all the
まあこの
videos
ス
and
ケジュ
content
ー
I
ルは
have,
しっ
like
かり
focusing
覚
on
えて
that and
おいてい
also
ただけれ
on
ば。
like
で
completion of combat and stuff.
こ
That's my
の、
things
結
like
果
that
発
are my
表期間
primary
4日
focus.
間が終わ
I
るとですね、
love that it is
次の
endgame.
応
I
募期
love
間
that
が
house
始まるの
making is a
で、
thing and that
そ
people
の
do
時点
so
で
many
空いている土
crazy
地
and
と
great
か
things
が
that it just
次
has
の
been a
応募期間で新たに応募が可能になる
はい
という感じで、このサイクルをずっとこう繰り返して
はあ
いきますので、
はい
よろしく。
I will say,
はい
I really do
で
love
本当ちょっとすべての主要こと細かにここでお伝えするのはちょっと難しいので、すべてトピックスの方に
really
先
excited.
日
It's
出しましたし、
gorgeous.
Q&A
And also
そして
there's a side
こういう時
quest
どう
that
なの
proves
っていう
that it's
のも
in invades.
ご用意してありますので、ぜひ
Faster
改
entry
め
does
て
increase your chances
放
of
送
winning, so
終
enter
了
the
後
lottery when it fits your schedule.
また
So yeah, when it comes to lottery, fast entry does not change
はい
whether or not you
で
do well.
コミュニティチームを中心にですね、皆さんからのフィードバック
After
と
those
か
4 days, a new
質問
cycle
とか
begin.
は
We can talk
ど
about
ん
it
どん
here
見
in
ており
detail.
ま
So
し
please
て、ま
read the
た
article. we
Q&A も
published
今出
on
てるもの
Livestream.
が全てではなくて、また皆さんから多く寄せられる質問がありましたらどんどん足していきますので、何かあれば公式フォーラムとかいろんなところで言っていただければ対応していきますのでよろしくお願いいたします。
よろしくお願いします。
はい。
I also really love the version of the Ishkarian theme that shows up in Foundation.
いったところで、
I think personal house should have the option to add rooms like FC housing, of course,
いう
limited
と
to
こ
maybe
ろ
1
な
or
ん
2
でご
rooms.
ざいます。
There's two discussions there, right? Because there's like design-wise, is that a good thing versus like, pragmatically? Because design-wise, I'm totally with you. I would just think pragmatically. There's challenges that with the system at hand that make that more difficult than it might seem and might not be the best use of resources. So I'm with you, Eddie. I would wonder if, sadly, even such a small thing like that is more difficult than it seems. Which I think is likely, because if it were easy, I think they would have done it.
神々しい。
これは神々しい。
神々しいぞ。ゴールド。
This is the gear from the new Alliance raid, and there's a cape. That's the tank gear, and it's got a cape, but you can't really see it because it's on a white background. I hope it's dyeable. Oh, give me more capes. Oh, that works so well with a bunch of my tank armor aesthetics. Oh man, I'm so excited. This is gonna be so good. Okay, who wants to run Mist of the Realm with me? Everyone, raise your hands if you're interested.
こうロールごとに
Nice.
はい用意してございますので。
なるほど。
で今回の
I made my Grenadier apartment follow Ishkar style, but I just wanted to be in the zone. Got the chance. Yeah.
鎧の光り方
Love this so much.
っていうの
This is
は結
dyeable.
構
See-through
こだわ
capes.
って
Oh, I've only the one cape.
パートナー
Oh, I
も
agree.
調
Like you
整し
can't
た
climb
の
just
で
cigarettes because of coating.
ちょっとね
Yeah.
周囲の環
Me,
境
me, me, me.
を
You know I'm gonna
取り込む
oops
とい
those
う
spaces.
色
Oh,
が
yes.
少しその環
Yeah,
境によっ
I'm.
て
This all looks freaking. The one thing that's going to
少し白っぽくなったり
make the question is,
より
can we get this
黄色っ
dyeable?
ぽい
That is the question, because if not,
はい。
そんな
fuck.
感じで
But this is good shit, man.
できておりますので
Okay,
皆
Chromium.
さんランダムになぜか星座を
Let's do it.
出すっていう不思議な
What server do you play in?
Alright.
I play on Crystal Zalera.
あ
So, I mean, Crystal is the
ーなる
main
ほど
thing,
ね。
really.
楽しみ。
But also remember that soon it's going to become easier and easier to play across them. But yes, Crystal Zalera is what I play on.
まあいろいろそのミラプリに組み合わせてもらっても
Oh, these are all
So good.
gorgeous.
面白いんじゃないかなと思っておりますので
Oh, look at those folds.
これはまた
うん
神々しい。
そうなんです
I'd also point out that if there's anyone in chat who, even if you're not in part of my server, there might be people in chat or in our Discord who are not. There are people who are not on my server
あ
who
とは
you could also play with.
は
Yeah, the healer set's
ま
looking
あ唐突
fine.
になんか
So this is a good example.
そうです
This still seems a little bit
まあ
too
見たものとの
modern
落差が
for my tastes, and also a
これ
little bit
前
like
焼き
a
と
little jarring. It's better than
前
some of the other ones.
あ
あるそうです
But there's gonna be so many people who are gonna love this and rock this. How could you possibly be like, nah, when there's gonna be a ton of
まあ
people
そう
who
ですね
love this? Wow, yes, folds for reality. Yeah, it's those folds look phenomenal, didn't they, Melody? Crystal Gang here. Yeah, Crystal. Chaos Spriggan can't play with crystal people, right? Currently. But that should be fixed between now and 7.0. Gingerbread House. Team Primal Levy, but can't wait for DC to see. Yeah, me either, Eddie. I'm really excited to be able to play with the rest of you guys who are on different servers. And I'm glad that it's coming sooner rather than later. I mean, honestly, I have no like profound need and love for Crystal, but like moving my character would not be a benefit, and I don't want to make a new character. Maybe I'll make a new character for the lore replay, and then I'll have multiple characters on each. I'll have a character on like Primal or something. Hansel and Gretel house. Yep. Gotta love the gingerbread house. He has more angles on this gingerbread house than he did on the job clothing. Jack and Jill went into lavender beds to fetch a new FC. Sweet. It's in the description below. Yep. Chaos can play on light and vice versa, but can't play on NA servers. Yet. That is going to... That's going to change eventually. It may be a year or so from now. But I'd still love to figure out ways to make it so everyone who wants to do stuff together can. Yes, thank you, Ariel. It's hard to keep up with chat and all this stuff at the same time. Yeah, in all our videos, the link to our Discord and our Patreon are in the description. I can imagine our peers are loving this. Yeah. Although I feel like our peers always are just going to love more of anything. Like, the more tools they have, the better. Guest cooks can build a house now. That or the Pixies managed to get into Eorzea and started building. For any of you who have seen, not Ilmec, what is it called? The fairy world from the Beast Tribe, from the Tribal Quest. Ooh, Sakura. What is that? All playground to keep them entertained while doing busy Okay, Van. Final Fantasy 14 hot tub streams are coming, it seems. Oh, just you wait. Build one right back there. That or just make one in game. I mean, if you just went to the Foundation and just like hung out in the hot springs and did a stream of that, does that count as a Final Fantasy 14 hot tub stream? What if I tell you now that the patch date from earlier, it was an April Fool's... So now they're starting to make jokes about April Fools. They're going to take a 15-minute break, so we're going to be on break. They're kidding. It's not actually a joke. The release date is...
そういうことじゃない。そういうことじゃない。ということで、今日もですね、前回に続きまして、
Tuesday the 12th. April 12th.
あまりにもいっぱいあるんで見たことがない人もいっぱいいるであろうということで、過去の
Yoshida would do that. Yoshida is a troll.
からですね、我々が過去ご紹介してきましたエイプリルフールネタ動画をいくつか詰め合わせで
While they're on break, I am going to download the trailer and I'll also watch the English trailer with you guys.
ちなみにもう YouTube にはどれもこれも上がってはいるんですが、
まとめていくんだ。
改めて。
We'll get April Fool's video from the past year combined, 5 clips in total. Okay, oh, they're gonna play the April Fool's video.
5本のビデオを連続でご覧いただきまして、年号でいうと2016、17、18、18、19っていうことなんですけど、合計13分
For those of you who have not seen them, some of them are pretty funny.
なるほど。ギリギリ間に合う。何がということで、休憩です。ご覧ください。どうぞ。
Well, there are times when a startup can offer something revolutionary. The Final Fantasy XIV inspired Chocogo app is pioneering a new green energy alternative in transportation.
Chocogo app.
Bringing a truly progressive
yes. Please show us the English trailer. Yep.
We've partnered with the best
scientists. You guys want to vote? Do you want to watch the April Fool's videos here, or do you want to go over the English trailer for 6.1?
Our cutting-edge Chocogo app connects you to the nearest Chocobo with a simple swipe. When you call on a Chocobo, you can choose its color, play your favorite Final Fantasy 14 music. You can even choose to tip it extra greens. Imagine a world free of angry drivers and traffic jams. Our chocobos are essentially on autopilot. Just pop in your destination and enjoy the scenery.
Alright, seems like most people are down for trailers. Just know that these videos that they're showing now are all on the Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14 YouTube page.
Well, here at Chocogo, we believe the best product is always a husbandry of technology and nature. And when you
the only one that I really care for is Tataru's Great Adventure. They made a fake video of like a Tataru video game. Okay, let's pause this, duplicate, and FF 6.1 trip. Here we go. Okay, guys, here we go.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around.
Oh yeah, Tataru's
Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors.
This is the key to fabulous riches. But I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away.
Okay, so let's look at this, right? So these islands do not seem bound to Thavnair proper. I don't see the mainline continent itself, which to me suggests that this is somewhere in the bounty. Which, if this is Thavnair, the bounty, this would be to the northeast. Whereas my impulse is to assume that Thavnair would be down here, and this is actually to the northwest in the center part of the bounty. Instead of the Korvosi Narrows, because there's like the Ritteran Cataract and all that stuff in there. There's already a bunch going on in there. So I would think that this would be in the bounty.
This map may or may not be genuine.
Unless it's also south. It'd be south. Yep, there's the menu.
Take heart and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them.
Retro failed to protect them.
As you
yeah,
know,
the ruins beneath the bounty, AC. That's what I was referencing that earlier when we first saw this, and that's what I think.
As you know, I've been researching.
If we go back real quick, you can see you're underwater in the dungeon, so it would make sense that this would be the ruins beneath the bounty.
From the source to. As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections.
You knew that Yushola was doing that.
Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library.
So that's the role quest with Fortunal. And yeah, Crystal Confluence is Thavnair and Oceania. Yeah, that's very definitely inspired. It's like a half Thavnair, half Atlantis. Okay, so the question is, these don't look like the Cult Lambs of Dalamud. That's the thing. As much as this looks a lot like Tamtara, and you can see that looks like the Gelmoran. I don't think that is, but that looks a lot like the Gelmoran symbol. So the question is, are these black? Fighting in the tower. Mithra trying to save someone. Having lightning. Fyrago. Literally can tell Fyrago that that's the glory of the divine. Wait. Okay, who was that? So the Strahop. What's the backwards button? Oh, that's the Warrior of Light. It's the Warrior of Light in his Paladin costume. This is Silver Tier Lake. We've known there was something under Silver Tier this whole time, and we finally are going to be able to figure out what the frick was going on underneath it. So this may be tied to the Mist of the Realm, but this may be tied to other things. We knew the 1.0 trailer was relaunched for some reason right before Endwalker came out, and we've been theorizing and knowing that there was something going on at Silver Tier for forever. And this is definitely going to be on there. You can tell because that right there, the thing on the left, that was Midgard Summer and the Argus or the Agrius. What are they freaking called? It's called a thing. But anyways, so the fact that the moon's here, right? Instead of fire, like this is a Zima, but the moon's here. So the question is, this supposed to be the
for our children. A gift of flame for our children.
This is half So Nald, this is Nald Thal. This is the twins Nald and Thal.
So this is the spirit of man.
It doesn't quite sound like Emmett, but it might be.
Come, mortals. Enter my realm, if you dare.
Mortals enter my realm, which means that they're not probably, but they're also talking about like primal. They could have been created by ancients, much like, you know, other entities, and there were installations that were left unattended.
The glory is mine.
Nald has the coins, I believe, if I remember right. Because Nald's life and Thal is death, if I remember correctly. So Nald should have the coins, so that you can see it in his design. So this is Nald and this is Thal, I believe. That's what they're getting at. So the thing is, they're definitely not ancients too. You can tell, like, literally they are not. They're literally, unless they are.
So this is the spirit of man.
He very much is some of Caden's sound itself. I can't quite tell if it is him. Thus I am returned part makes me think
if you dare.
Thus I am returned. Thus I am returned. Unless that is Sabik. And he was an entity that was broken apart. And that's why his part would have been separate. Everyone seems to think it's Emmett's VA, so I'm more prone to think you guys are right. Let's look at what everyone said during that. Did Emmett say something about the runes of the bounty? Fortunately, using some shield with Sage. Yep. We know Fortunel was a shield, or was a Sage, a warrior of light during the Allegan Age in the Third Astral Era. Could be. That's an interesting prediction. I don't... Yeah, is that Nald or Thal? I don't know. Yeah, we already got that. I'm fine having this for Glamour too. Pretty sure that was the VA Wonder. That's I returned. It did sound like Emmett. So this is the spirit of man. Yes, I heard that line. It is Emmett's VA, I think. I have a weird knack for spotting voices. The thing is, it's a slightly different timbre.
This is the spirit of man.
Like, the thing is that, it does sound a lot like the way that the line deliveries of Emmett's voice actor, but the way that it's higher almost at the end is what makes me uncertain. But I think you could be right. Also, wouldn't be surprised that Zima's voice actor is the same one for Vana. Eddie, I was thinking the exact same thing, but it didn't sound the same. Let's listen. Because she talks at the end.
Come, mortals. Enter my realm, if you dare.
It doesn't quite sound like Vana, but again, people are good voice actors, so it could be. But yeah, I agree that I think the representation for her voice would probably be makes me think it is different characters from the same VA as possibly hers. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's if they have the same VAs, it's not an accident. Also, having more of a catharsis around the convocation would be really helpful for the fact that Endwalker as a whole. Yoshi P referred to Mists of the Realm as a kind of epilogue to Endwalker, which makes sense. Oh, hey. Okay, let's catch up on these. These are pretty funny. The amount of effort that went into making these is great. Clip them saying come from Alpus and Claire sounded similar. They sound similar. I have no disagreement that they sound similar. I'm just wary of being like it is the same one, because I'm not. Same VA for Wedge, Julius. Well, I mean, there's also like Vritra and Tori Boulder and what, Gosetsu is all the same voice actor. Like, they reuse voice actors in a lot of different ways. The Illuminati, quick things all thoughts. Oh, look at this. This is so much effort went into this. It's so lovely. Oh, round rocks. So cute. It looks so good too. Like, this feels like a game you would play on the Game Boy Advance circa like 2000.
Final Fantasy XIV Online has always been about giving the players the most immersive MMORPG experience, but we wanted to take that immersion to the next level.
We know our fans love gathering. This is when a player harvests natural resources as a miner, botanist, or a fisher. But the problem is, in order to gather anything in-game, you're restricted to your PC or console, but not anymore. Introducing Final Fantasy XIV Online Go, aka
they keep making jokes about making apps. Could you imagine Jungle 8 party members on GBCA? Jesus Christ!
Takes those players to the gathering nodes in the real world.
That would be a thing.
There they can meet with their friends and harvest resources just by tapping the screen.
Okay, but don't lie. More than a few of you would play this. If you could get extra like gil and resources while like on the go with your phone, you totally do this. I would. 8-bit Alexander music is it's still pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. So Pokemon Go started as an April Fool's joke. But so who knows? April Fools? Yeah. This was an old April Fool's This is from the Stormblood era.
Without the harvesting stick, there is still a chance
don't out me
that
like that.
Might fail to gather
no, all of you are, yep.
But attach the harvesting stick and the success rate is maxed out.
Great point, Ariel. I think around 16 since that was Pokemon Go.
What's more,
I think it would have been circa 20. They're using the thing is they're using Stormblood music, so this definitely would have been circa like 2017 or 2018.
Final Fantasy XIV Online Go brings our incredible community together like never before. This is perfect for both our casual
Imagine if 14 came out in the 90s being all 8-bit.
Who love to farm. Anyway, anytime. You can be part of the Final
Fantasy MMOs couldn't exist as they were, so you'd have to, but like assuming it...
It's the Final Fantasy XIV Online Go.
Wait, look at the bottom. Warning, Square Enix accepts absolutely no responsibility for inevitable phone damage, loss, or human injury. Please do not sue us. Oh my god, that's really funny. Oh wait, is this my favorite one? Yeah, that was 2017's one. The one we just watched was 2017. This is 2018's. Oh yeah, this is the Magnite Quest one. Yokaro. I don't know this kanji. It's literally the opening to Zelda, the Capcom Zeldas. Oh, it looks like they're back. I'm gonna have to fast forward. Sorry, guys. Let me just real quick touch on. put so much effort into this. Oh, yeah, the Alexa Home, but it's Omega.
They are inferior.
Oh my god. There's so many good ones. Mythic Quest, Magna Quest, oh my god, yep. Yeah, it's great stuff.
はい、戻ってまいりました。第70回ファイナルファンタジー14プロデューサーレターライブ。本日は、パッチ6.1コンテンツ特集パート2ということで、実機を交えていろんなものをご紹介していただいておりますが、じゃあ後半戦参りましょうか。
That was only part 1, so it actually looks like we might be a couple hours. We might be at least 90 minutes out from the end.
皆さんの反応を見ようと思ってバーって急いでツイッター見てたらですね。
I wish they wouldn't play that song in particular.
この放送の実機画面を見て、
今日の
So moving.
レンジのアイコンがないと。
I love it for so many different reasons.
吉田レンジをやってないんだと。
I don't know. Here's my thing. As much as like, if you're watching this, you've played Endwalker, but on top of that, I really love that they use the song. It makes me feel a part of it in a way that I typically have not historically. And so, having a connection to that song, all the players having a connection to that song, them having connection and creating that song, there's something special about that. But I also understand like feeling like such an emotional and powerful beat being played under as an undertone to something like this can be a bit off. Yeah, it makes me cry. Yep. Yep, I hear you. Whenever I go to I just sit there for a second.
ジョブの調整とかチェックするときはもうなんか
I was rushing to check Twitter or how people were reacting, so they saw the job icons on my bar and noticed there was no ranged DPS on there.
デバコマ一発になっちゃってるんで。
Black Mage?
というわけで、まあなんかここが僕の仕事画面じゃないっていうのだけご了承いただけると。でもね、新しい人やっぱりね増えてるから。
Reason why I hurried rank 3 shared
こういう
fate
とこ
songs
気を
for
つ
my
けていかない
home.
と
Yeah, real good.
その誤解を生んでいくなって。
Won't Tataru give us our new adventure outfit? Yeah, that's
その
supposed
た
to
め
be
に
what
も
what's
ちゃんと言っておこうと思って。はい。
But the bag on the back of it, they may not include because of how it clips against like a Dark Knight's greatsword. So that you probably won't have the bag on the back. The outfit, yes. Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker, more like Final Fantasy 14 Fieldswalker. Yeah, me and Neri, man, we're in the early stuff. We're not even into the major feels, and me and Neri are both like major feeling during.
もうテーブルを作ってあるアイテムレベルの今の上限値にドーンとこう行ったりするんで、なんかこうね突然あそこに僕ら自分たちで
I won't be surprised if I actually cry on Endtalkers when we're recording Ultimate Duel. Like the new drip. Yep.
いろいろハラハラすることが
すごいね。早いな。
もうすごい1ビットも見逃さないぞ感。
I'd have Endwalker songs so moving.
まあでもこういうのはね大事なんですよ。本当にこういうことの積み重ねというかがね健全な運営を生んでいくと。
そしてなぜか視聴者の皆さんがだんだん開発環境に明るくなっていく。
まあいいじゃないか。皆さんもね一緒に14を作ってる人たちですから。
そうですね。
はい。
ということで一瞬画面出ました。もう一回パワーポイント一瞬ご覧いただきましょう。次のブロックは。
A new extreme trial, Minstrel's Ballad, and Singer's Aria. Oh, who's excited? Who wants to do this with me? I don't think I've even finished Eidolon because every group I've tried just like failed. But I know how to beat Eidolon Extreme, but I really want to do End Singer's Aria because it's dude, the final day is such a good freaking trial and conclusion. I love main taking that one. Eddie, oh no, a new weird Lynx mount to grind for. The horror. At least you get 2 tomes each time you beat her, rather than 1. I think you'll be surprised when you enter the instance. Wait, this is where we start. So it seems like the fight's longer and more in depth and starts somewhere earlier on. I am down to do the EX finally. I've been waiting to do them for Endwalker. One of the rare few who love the links and want them. I love those links. Hydra, let's get people together. At some point, let's sit down. We'll do Zodiark, Eidolon, and then Endsinger. And we'll take the time to like get a group, really learn it, beat it, and then we'll get through it.
まあ今回
Also the song being a combination of all the
まあ行
songs.
月のフィナーレクリアされ
I've never done Zodiark or Hydaelyn EX. Zodiark I find easy. Some people find it hard because of how it's set up, but Zodiark is pretty easy. Hydaelyn's a little bit more complicated, and this one it seems like it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but we got it. I've not finished Zodiark successfully. Yeah, I feel you, Melody. I only finished it, like I learned it really fast, and it made sense to my brain, but I could not find a group that, for some reason, everyone kept struggling with it. It's very difficult. I just hope we don't get accessories only for Ensinger's Aria. The darkness is bigger than the light in EX. Yeah. I love the mounts, just they really nerf the drop rate and the expense. Yeah. At least the totem. I'm always of the mind that I'm much less bothered by low drop rates as long as there's a pity system. But I hear you, Eddie. DJ turntable is fun. I love it. I love this little detail. Medion gear, please.
ワンチャンその外周の光ってるところに触って死ぬのか落ちて死ぬのかどっちだろうみたいな。いやここは大丈夫です。それは大丈夫です。
So you do fall down and die when you touch. So you can't. If you touch the edge, you will die. The ring is fine. But if you walk off the edge, you will die. Please look away if you have not cleared Endwalker yet. A little late for that, gents. I've not tried anything other than normal since A Realm Reborn. Well, if you want to join us, now's a great time. There's tons of really fun stuff to do. Doing Zodiark and MSQ was a nightmare. Took 2 different groups. First ran out of time. Oh, Genesis, I'm sorry. Luckily, I was literally within like the first 10 hours of it being out, maybe less, when I got to Zodiark. So everyone there was like full sweaty. It was a good time. The other nice thing is that because I play as main, usually always tank and typically end up being main tank. It's on me, so I carry a lot of responsibility. So I'm more likely to let other people down than them let me down. But I know I can rely on myself not doing that. So, asking for a newbie point of view, when do they usually release the expansion and review song video? Dragon Song Revolution tomorrow. Do you think it'll be flow? So they've released Dragon Song and came out 3.x. Flow came out. The thing is that there's Flow. There's also the other one. I'm forgetting it. Like they'll release closer in the distance and stuff. I forget what the actual timeline is. Someone might be able to speak more specifically. I love how I called out the FFX style of her design, Baby Seymour. Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, Seymour Flux and all that jazz. I really love. How will the empowerment phase work in the EX? I wonder. Great question. I don't know. Zodiark EX is follow the person with the Dorito of safety and press your damage buttons. Yeah, and I'm usually the person to follow, so if I have that over me, just follow me and you'll be fine. Actually got Red Mage Limit Break 3 in my first MSQ run of Zodiark. Nice. I'll send the clip in Discord. Sounds good. Oh, I know there's fun stuff, but I stink at battle mechanics, haven't fully learned A Realm Reborn mechanics. I'd say break it down, right? Ariel, like, if you want to join us and we like get a group A together, the focus is we're going to like, everyone will watch a video guide, and then we're going to take the time to do it. And if you fail at something, it's okay. We'll explain. You say what you're struggling with, we'll explain it, and we improve when we get to a place, right? We have a set of group of people who will listen, and the point is getting there. I find the key thing is if you are struggling, ask a question and try to learn. The problem is not you don't know how to do it. The problem is if you don't know how to do it and refuse to learn or whatever. That is the only problem. And not even rapidity. Maybe in this extreme fight they'll have a Xenos mechanic. I think so. Eddie, I think you're right. I also think that there's also whether if they don't, we'll see that in an ultimate whenever we get there. Soul is a triangle always meant for that. Not just specifically in this fight, Melody. It can change from fight to fight. AC gear. What exactly did they design for Ensinger without a body or even upper torso jet head? I'm not complaining. There's a bunch of different references to it. It's very similar to Orphan from Final Fantasy 13. It's similar to some Seymour stuff in Final Fantasy 10. It's a repeating imagery and iconography that I forget what the reference point is, but there is some. It's not just out of nowhere. And I'll talk more about that later, and I'll make sure to do some back up some of their research, because I don't know if it's Buddhist or Shinto or something else. But there is a methodology behind it. Oh, I only need one more doggo now. I need Snake Dog. Well, let's make sure we get to that. Normally it doesn't matter that much as long as it stated at the start. Yeah, you can play things any way you want as long as everyone agrees on what the rules are. Nice. Here are the profile cards.
プレイヤーの皆さん、キャラクターそのものの
I also suck, Ariel, if it makes you feel not alone. Video guides are no help to me. I have a lot of learning and memorizing issues due to Ariel.
もちろん、
Yeah.
設定をね、
It's okay to
あんまりしない
struggle.
状態にしておくこともできるんですけど、この左側の
Know that
プロフィールと
I
呼
am
んで
more than
ます
willing to take the time to
で
play
続
with
い
and
て
work with you guys so long as you are
この
willing to take
右
the time
側
to
にあ
learn.
る
And always
キャラ
don't
クタ
focus on
ーが
all the
表
things
示
you
さ
don't
れ
know.
ている部
Just
分
focus on there's one
この
fight
こ
and
と
just
を
focusing on learning that
ポートレ
fight.
ートと言い
There are
ま
a
す
bunch of fights I've learned and forgotten. So like it's not like oh you
自
master it
分
once
の
and you're good.
まあ写真ですね
Oh, the new profile plates, they look nice. Yes,
で
I'm very excited
こ
to
れ
tinker
に加
with
え
mine.
この全体の装飾
Oh man, so many people are gonna go
デ
wild
ザイ
with
ン
this
と
stuff.
呼びますでこの3つを
The
カス
outer
タ
edge.
ムで
Okay,
き
so
ます
let's read what Yoshi
これ
was saying.
が
Okay,
はい
on the right side you can see. Okay,
アド
let's
ベンチ
go
ャラ
back
ープレートという
I'll
も
explain a
の
little
にな
further
っ
using the
てます
PowerPoint.
じゃあちょっと詳しく1個ずつ見るとですね次お願いします
What you see on the screen is what we call adventure plates. What you see on the left side is what we call the profile, and on the right side is the portrait of your character. The outer edge is what we call the plate design. You can customize all three of these.
あとよくプレイする時間帯なんかをこう設定可
I
能
wonder
に
if
なっ
that's
て
the
ます
default pose, or can we take our own selfies? Because G pose exists, Eddie, I will not. I can't guarantee you. I will functionally guarantee you we can take your own shots.
グランドカンパニーの階級とか
They have all the
所属
systems
してる
in the game to be able to
フ
do
リーカン
that.
パニーネームとかそれからサーチコメントは
Your search comment will be
そのまま
automatically
自動
added
的
to
に
the
反映されるようになってますので特に設定
Display
は
what time you normally play, your favorite job, styles, play size, and more. Your grand company rank, FC name, search comment will be automatically
で
be
続
reflected.
いてポートレート編集っていうのはですねこの
Customize your portrait by selecting a pose, expression, lighting, camera, background, frame, accent, or yeah, you can customize. So it doesn't seem like you G pose it though. It does seem like you select them from a preset, but you can probably there's a long list of them.
あと枠飾りの枠を装飾
Adventure plates remind me of guild
組
cards
み合
and
わせ
Monster
て
Hunter. Yeah, they stated here that they stated as much that that was part of their inspiration.
どれかまあ日によって変えてもいいし
And you can save multiple variations. That's important.
かなり細かく編集できそうですね。
できます。ちょっと沼な感じがあります。
はい。これがポートレート編集。
はい。はい。で、さらに、このプレート全体のデザインをパーツごとに好きなように、
Choose from a selection of base plates, plate frames, tops, bottoms, floors, and more. And what's important and interesting is they're going to make those things you can earn too. So now there's yet another thing that if like they can add to content. So like, oh, hey, there's a plate frame that's tied to Heaven on High and stuff, which incentivizes people to play that even more. Which I think is really cool.
簡単にしてよっていう方のためにもですね。
Since it might get annoying to tinker with it all, we've prepared some presets. So people will have some.
設定してもらうことも
You will have presets if you don't care.
じゃあパッとそれっぽくもなるし、
なる。
こだわりたければどこまでもハマってくださいということですね。
でまあどんなものが作れるかっていうとちょっと簡単にご紹介しましょう。
サンプル紹介。
はい。まあこんな
全然違う。
はい感じの。
Okay, well this plays for a second. I'm gonna go grab water real quick. Be right back.
ちょっと硬派な DPS です私みたいな。そうですね。そうです。ご紹介ができたり。
やんちゃな感じ。
もう赤間同士一筋ですみたいな彫り方もできます。
なるほどなるほど。
こんな感じで作っていくと。
はい。
でこれを調べるとは別のコマンドで他のキャラクターのアドベンチャラープレートを見るってやると、この人こんな風にセットアップしてるんだみたいなのがまあ自己紹介ですね。
Okay, I'm back.
そういう意味だ。
Did you guys miss me?
はい。じゃあ、実際にまあこんな感じなのというのを
Time for more collecting, collectors. This will be a different command to the inspect command if you want to check someone else's plates. Okay. So if you want to check someone's plate, it's going to be its own thing.
いかほどその細
We're in
か
the
い
last
設定に
stages
な
of
ってる。
debugging. Sorry if something goes wrong.
ただいまですね、絶賛最後のデバッグをやってるんで。
I think they seem like watered down guild cards. Yeah, more similar to Monster Hunter 3 and base 4. Yeah, and it's something that they could enhance and build up over time. Not gonna lie, it's nice going back to our roots as an adventurer. I haven't been an adventurer proper for a long while. When was our last casual adventure? I mean, really, you could make a sincere argument that the first crystal of light you get from Heidelin. You know, in a sense, really we haven't ever been. The game initiates with us getting a message from Heidelin. In a real sense, we've never been a casual adventurer as of This is the first time we've been able to like
いきなり開いちゃってますけど、
just
最初にダイアログが出て、こういうものですよ。
without any other ties to
説明は
broader
はいちゃんと
context.
出ます。
As long as you can earn these poses and backdrops from the profile plates in game and not online store, I'm still salty that the Cruise Chaser the Cruise Chaser is the only thing I'm salty about, and I'm salty about it not even just because it's in the store, but because it would have made so much sense to make it a reward for Rival Wings. Like, it's just silly that it's not. Again, I would point out that Yoshi P ardently does not like putting things in the cash shop and works very hard to make sure that's not a huge thing and not and that it's not obtrusive or any of that stuff. So I would say, you know, Yoshi P, with knowing his mentality and his design philosophy, I would be shocked if any of them ended up in the store. Could a few? Maybe, but it's not going to be a store. It's not going to be a store. I will gladly say that.
ほらこれだけでそれっぽいでしょ。
ぽいぽいぽい。
それっぽいよ。
ほら。はあはあはあ。なるほど。
I don't know why, but my brain is thinking of mail in Pokemon. You know, like all the different mails types of mail you could get in like Gen 4 and stuff. Like they all had different backdrops. I don't know about any of you, but I never had anyone to play with, so it's not like having mail was useful. That said, it just reminds me of that sensibility and aesthetic.
こ
れはテンプレート。
まあもうこれで十分だという方は、まあ例えばウルダハ風で一回保存して、もうこれでもう保存されたので、でこの状態からまあプロフィールの編集、で例えばここに表示するものを変えることができるんですけど、例えば、俺はもうこのアドベンチャラープレイトってまさにキャラクター紹介なので、俺はどんな人が見てもメインジョブを出していきたい。
今何かじゃなくて、
今何かじゃなくて、
Wonder Woman will be able to rank up in our guild.
俺はもう絶対ブラックメイジがとにかくみんなが俺のプレートを見るんだったら、
I could understand the Omega set being cash up hard to make an argument for most set not being a one piece. Cruise Chaser is the one thing in the cash shop that I'm just like, really? Like, there's just too many reasons why it should have been in the game, not as cash up. But like the fact that this game only has one item that I'm like, really? That has been frustrating. I consider it as a broad win, frankly, especially in the times in which we exist. 7.0 most likely. Wish we could get Savage Monk's mount back.
なるほど。とか。そんな感じで設定可能になってます。はい。はい。
Wish we could get Savage mounts back in Heaven's Word for it. Do you mean from as a Savage mount from doing Alexander?
お気に入りの称号っていうのもですね。あんまりあるとやべえ。
Because it also, it would have been a great Alexander mount. It would have been great for Rival Wings. Yeah, I follow with Cruise Chaser. It could have been a great for all sorts.
リストになんで全てのジョブがないかっていうと、
had it been they released an art, like a variant of it in the cash shop, that's fine. But the fact that there's just no version of it.
さっきデバコマで
The problem is now that they can't retroactively change that because people paid for it, and they can't like just put it in the game. But my hope is that they'll one day put like a carbon swap version in the game.
そうなんです。はい。なのでプレイヤーの皆さんの遊びに応じた選択肢になっていて、なんかこうクラフターの特定のクラスを完走するとそれが選べるようになったりとか。
It only shows jobs that you've unlocked and met the criteria for. As a veteran player, you have lots of options to choose from. So if you've been playing a while, you'll have a bunch of stuff to use for your
ジョブが欠けてたりするのはそういう理由です。はい。
I'm looking for. I wish it would give me a notification so I could just open up the game and go.
まあ称号は
You've done all these achievements. Well, here are all these venture play options.
そうそう。はい。そうそう。で、さらにこうプレイスタイルに関しては6つまでメインクエスト大好きですよ。結構例題あります。
The main things that you like to do.
まあでも絶ほどじゃないんですよね。
Do you like to do heaven on high? Do you like to do, you know, or deep dungeons? Do you like to craft? Do you like to?
結構いろいろありますね。
Are you a sprout? Are you a veteran player?
チャット大好きですよ。
Are you a mentor? Are you, like a bunch of different ways you can characterize yourself?
ビギナーでもぎ取られた人はビギナーここにあるんでこうつけといてもいいですし、いやいや結構私ハードコアですみたいな感じにして設定。
Hardcore. Are you a hardcore player?
プレイ時間ですねここ。はい。これは。
What does that even mean? I feel like that varies so wildly based on what you consider being hardcore. From a lot of people's perspective, I'm sure I'm a hardcore player, but from other people's perspective, I'm sure I'm like.
0時からかな。まあこうね。
なるほど。
What time of the day do you play? I guess I'm just gonna have to light up all of them.
18時ぐらいからログインして。
Are you a gamer? Imagine. Gamers don't play MMOs. Come on, Hydra.
なるほどなるほど。
でこんな感じで保存すると。
おお、はいはいはい。反映された。プロフィール編集。
Only a real gamer doesn't game.
良いですか。はい。で、そうしたら公開範囲の設定。
You can set permissions for your plate, so you can make it public, or you can like selectively choose who can see it.
このアドベンチャラープレートっていうのをもうみんな見て構わない。
Everyone. So first option's everyone. Second option's friends only. And then the last one.
まあもうちょっと公開したくないよ。公開しないっていうのも選べるようになってます。はい。でここのもうちょっと細かい。例えば FC メンバーにのみとか、フレンドと FC メンバーにのみとかっていうのはちょっと足していくことで、初期はすいませんこの3つでスタートになります。
Just FC people, but for now they're just doing the 3.
で、プレートデザインを編集ってやって、さらにこの下、いやいやもっとこだわっていきますよと。
なるほど、沼用ですね。
Okay, so there's gonna be a lot of my profile plate is just my bard with the music icon, online 24/7 playing video games, music, and lives. Look, you do a service. It's an important service to the community. My plate will probably be friends only. Man, mine's gonna be public as just being like, this is what I'm at. Do you want to play with me? You see I'm a hardcore person, a hardcore player, and want to do a bunch of trials and stuff. You want to invite me? Please do. But I know that I know for quite as much as I have social anxiety in the real world, not as much like in an MMO, but I know that the idea of just putting that all out there and wanting people to message you at random sounds incredibly stressful to most people, and quite a few of you specifically. I guarantee something people will pay for in the shop would be an ancient mask you can wear on your face instead of just hanging from the neck. Yeah, that's gonna. I think we're gonna get that. We'll get that. I don't even think that's going to necessarily be a shop item. I would insta-pay for that. Yeah.
こういう可愛らしいこう。
ああ、本当だ。
やつに変わったり。
There is an outfit in which you can wear it. I forget if it's Castesis or if it's the I forget what it is. But it's not just the item. Like what they should do is they should create an apparel item like the umbrellas and stuff that you can just put on. Certainly hope they don't have too much on their plate. Kupo? Sophist? I think so, Melody. I'm like I love this game, but I like, and as much as I love Glamour, I don't like, I'm not like Mr. Major Glamour, so I don't remember every hero and all of their appearances. I just know that there's something that allows you to put to have a mask, but it's part and parcel to it. And it's not just the outfit you get from the MSQ. I still want more Moogle weapons. Moogle new lists, please, Yoshi-P. I really want a Binding Coil new list. Really badly. Oh, Tombstone. Dude, okay, there's some really good options here. I'm excited. I don't even know I'm gonna use the adventure plate that much, but I like being able to like tinker with this. Maybe what we'll do is when this releases, we'll have a contest or something. Have everyone make a glamour plate, and it could be either like pretty or memey or like something, and have it put it up in the Discord.
これで保存するじゃないですか。はい。でこれでまずプレート全体のデザインはデザインできました。できました。で、
interesting. That map, part of the map you can see back there is the map of the Sea of the Clouds with the red buildings.
柄割るって書かれたの。ヨシピーのキャラね、ちょっと合いそうないなと。そういう場合はですね、このもう一個メインコマンドからポートレートの編集というのを選びます。
But part of it is literally just the Shire theme. There is like a 3-second part of it that is just the Shire theme.
だけを編集する機能です。で、まあ例えばこれ編集。
Yeah, the Sophist robe. Yep.
危険な香りしかしない。
That's from Catesis, right? That's what I'm thinking of. Or is the Sophist robe the item you get from MSQ?
こういうやつね。
あ、はいはいはいはい。
ほらなんかクリスタル空間っぽいやつとか。
あ、そうか、まず側のデザイン。
なるほどね。ほら フレームももう全部こっちでご用意してあるので、もうめんどくさい方はもうこれでちょっとね、
はい、
やってくださいよと。
ああ、面白い。
で、ただ、まあもちろん自分で決めていきたいよという方は。
Yeah, okay, Sophis is the MSQ one. I'm thinking of a different one. I'm thinking there's... Can someone look up the armor for... armor or headsets for Katis? No, Katis just has... Yeah, the gear is from a dungeon, it's a blast mask. Yeah, Genesis, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know what it's from, but that is what I'm talking about.
先にもうキャラクターを入れたいと私は。で、その場合は、今ってこのポートレート全体のデザインをしてるんですけど、キャラクターっていうタブを選ぶとですね。
Yeah.
まずですね。
Thanks, Genesis. Thanks, everyone. Yeah.
But
yes, that is not being able to wear the mask. That is not being like that. Your own mask. I think the simple solution is to make it an apparel item like or. Oh my God! You can make it have an animation. Oh, and they have all the G-pose functions. Okay, so functionally they have the G-pose built. Yes. Okay, so G-pose is essentially built in to the adventure plates. So yeah. You're gonna have so many options. Oh man, so people are gonna lose so many hours. So people are gonna lose so many hours.
誰さっきヨシピーのキャラブサイクだなみたいな。
確かに同じ人とは思えなくなった。
作ったらこうなる。もうこれぐらいだったら簡単でしょ？バトルハンドルってできますよ。だってモーション選んで止めりゃいいだけ。
Yeah, but like literally this interface is literally the G-pose interface.
あとほら顔を向けるとかね、線を向けるとかも設定できるんで。
そうか、その枠内は動かせるんですね。
そうそうそう。
Everyone is down.
回転できる。それはそうだよね。すごい 3D だもんな。
Eddie,
3D なんで。
I know you're not being that guy. I know like you just stating facts.
からスクショとして保存するんじゃないですよ実は。
Hopefully it does not come to that, and usually as long as people are being relatively reasonable, which on the whole most people are. We won't have that happen. To be fair, they have lots of well, those G-pose is private. Yeah, we'll see. I hope not, Eddie. I hope it's not a problem. Spent 2 hours on my Monster Hunter World guild plate. This is going to be a literal sync for me. Keep me updated. All of you guys who like go headlong into this and spend forever doing it, don't be afraid to put them in the screenshots in the Discord, because I actually do want to see what you guys come up with. Because some of you create beautiful things, some of you create hilarious things, and some of you create things where I wonder, what are you doing with your life? I wonder if other players can see mods you use on your character. Probably not, because all of that is finally all of that is client side, not server side. So probably I would. Actually, I would be truly shocked if there was any way for that to even be a possibility. But will they though? Yeah. Just saying, think twice when you click on a profile plate when in a certain city. Fair call out, Eddie. But this looks so cool. Yeah, it's very exciting. I think that's how it's spelled, and what said it could be a super wrong. Well, Genesis, thanks for trying to look it up at all. I appreciate it. At the very least, it gives the impression and the idea of where they should be looking. MSQ be darned, I'm revamping my plate today. That's all 6.1 will be. I'm guessing all of you will see is really strange emotes, positive weird times. I mean, that's gonna definitely be not a non-small amount, Cad, right? That image I sent of my character waving an Elpis took 20 minutes simply to line up the time with the camera and then get lighting and all the right. Hydra, I feel you. I mean, think about all the stuff. I have to line up every shot for every shot in all the videos that I make. So I really feel you, and I know that pain. And it's a little easier when it's a video of a shot, because you're not trying to create the perfect 2D static image with the perfect bokeh and focal lens and everything, but still, it's a lot of work. I hear you.
でこの状態で、アドベンチャーラープレートに適用するって。
And remember, you can save more than one. That's what they're getting at here.
こんな感じで。
I love G posing, so I look forward to this.
これをキャラ紹介として。
Yeah, that's the thing is like. This may not be the thing that like super excites me about 6.1. A lot of people it super excites them. It's like really it's holistically focusing on the community as a whole and giving a lot of tools out to people that may or may not be interested in them. And those who are really interested in them means a lot. For those who aren't, it can either be relatively ignored or it can be a gateway into engaging further. So stuff like this is really good. So all this is coming 6.1. Yep, everything we've seen so far is 6.1 stuff. This is all just 6.1. Now, important to note, that doesn't mean everything's going to be exactly at launch. Because 6.1, the release of all the content 6.1 is really over a month-long period. It's not really, it's not just 6.1 now everything drops. But effectively, yes, this is all 6.1. Man, looking at this, I can't wait for the new textures and shaders they teased. Oh my god, those lighting and all that stuff. The only thing I'm not excited for that the shaders and lighting and all that stuff is I have spent many days and hours slowly building up. We have a server that thanks to Isidoro, that contains all of almost all of the cutscenes in the game that have been recording, and they're organized and it's becoming easier to access and pull them and use them for videos. But the problem is I'm going to have to re-record everything once those shaders and lights come. But that's a year to two off. So like it's not a problem, and I'm so excited for those changes. Oh man. I just wish G-Post allowed for you to change weather and time of day in it. Would you save me so much time as I can get good posts fast? Hydra, talk to me in Discord later, and I have a tool that will allow you to do that. Make your life Melody, yes, new textures, etc. Yeah, the lighting alone. Seeing like the area in Charlie and like Titania. Oh, you play on console, Hydra. You have my You doubly have my empathy trying to get all those things perfectly lined up and shot on console, man. Rough. It can be rough.
ここに
今このカレントポートレートっていうのがあるんですけど、ちょっとこれ名前分かりにくいので 6.1 のリリースまでにちょっと変えます。これは何かというと、コンテンツ用プレートだと思ってください。コンテンツ用プレート。 I use tools, and I avoid talking too readily about it just because it's more of a don't ask, don't tell for the developers, but it's not like a lot of them are watching the stream or anything. Yeah, don't worry too much about it. Moment of silence for Hydra. Yep. Actually, I prefer console camera to be honest. It's very easy for me to control with my N64 loving hands. Well, good. I'm glad it works for you. / pray, yep. You can still do really cool things on console, just have to work a bit. And for some people, it's more comfortable, like Hydra was getting it, so it's not. It's all the tools are still there, just maybe not some of the extra.
カレントポートレートになってますが、分かりにくいのでコンテンツ用プレートっていう言い方を。だから。There's
a plate feature that allows to show these plates in content plates, but this will only be in the new PvP for now, which I'll show you guys later. So they're starting out PvP, and especially in Crystal Conflict, is where you're going to show these plates to other people in conflict. I would love that the battle starts and it shows all 5 of you, like standing side by side, and it shows like each of your like plates. That'd be cool. Especially or like the winning team, it shows the plates. I like that idea.
もう一個別の白魔導士用の
On the bright side, however, for your cutscene project, this will mean you'll have the largest collection of HQ cutscenes. Yeah. And one thing I'd love to do too is at some point make those available publicly somewhere. I don't know. It's so much data that I don't know where I'm like hosting that would be a problem. But I definitely would love to like all
切り替わっていくんで、
no promises for anytime soon.
まあなんかジョブ分作ってこう常にかっこいい自分の その時々のジョブでキャラ紹介ができるみたいな。
なるほど。じゃ今までだとマックスでやってるとハットとミラプリ。
It'll also be really nice because even though technically it'll be G-shade cutscenes, it will be a great ability to compare and contrast the difference between how things used to be between and then how things will be with recording and all that. Which I think is part of what you're getting at, Hydra.
ギアセット。データぐちゃぐちゃになってますけど。
So you can make different plates for different jobs. So like if you can have a plate for Black Mage versus a plate for White Mage.
ミラプリ設定されてるんですけど、ここにポートレートを関連付けるっていうのが増えてるんで、これを選んでさっきの よし P クロマってやつを決定しておくと、ここに
はまった。
You can save up to 100 portraits. On 6.1, it will be limited to 20, but in 6.15, it will be expanded to 100. So, yes, you will eventually have 100. It's going to start at 20 at the release. Archiving games is important. Still would love to see 1.0 more personal view along with how more donor So, Hydra, I'm actually working on a project to do that. So, hopefully you'll get to see that in the not too distant future. It may not be soon. But
あとはね、土間式麻雀ね、結構これ適用しやすいんで、土間式麻雀は多分早めに適用すると思います。
いいですね。はい。一回その様を見てしまうと、触りたくなるでしょうね。
これはですね、本当にうちのチームは今そのクリスタルコンフリクトめちゃめちゃ対戦やって、
A bunch of you guys joined the Discord, so I am going to wave at all of you really quick. Usually I would, but I've been so focused on the
アップデート。
ね、やっぱちょっと若干ね、その
words Livestream.
なんかうってなるね。
The dev team is playing the new PvP a lot, and you can see they spent a lot of time on their adventure.
なんか黒までチェックしてるときは黒まで。
I'm really excited for Crystal Conflict.
たまたま他のジョブでパパって。
I don't play a lot of PvP. I'm not a super PvP guy, but like 14 mode PvP.
そうそう。
PvP in 14. Like Crystal Conflict and the rewards that they're setting up to have, I feel like it would be a lot of fun.
対戦するためだけなんだけど、忍者の作って、そうなるとね、お、ヨシピーさん凝ってますねみたいな感じなんでみんな。面白い。
They're gonna make the plate system available for Mahjong.
やっぱりキャラ愛がね、皆さん強いっていうところもあるんで。
We know how much players really love their Warriors of Light, so we plan to expand this feature. This feature is not a one and done. This is planning to be. PSO2 PvP turned me off to PvP, and I've never influenced. So I didn't even know PSO2 had PvP. 14's PvP right now is not PvP. It is just a clusterfuck by design. It's literally 24v 24v 24 chaos. It's meant to be a chaotic thing. It's not good, but it's also not really. Anyways, Crystal Conflict is actually looking to be a lot of fun because it's 5v5 and they're making it so all the jobs don't really aren't super role specific, so that way you can play whatever you want for flavor, and it's just about kind of playing. And they're making the reward systems for PvP much better. 14 PvP is just capture the mass feats, jank moves. Yeah, that's fair. I would say that's fair. Eddie, but the PvP experience though. For that PvP XP though. Yes, I do PvP for the XP, and just for wolf marks and stuff, and also for the mass stuff. But it's not been in a good place for years. It's never been a mainstay of 14. Yeah, Melody, I would definitely try, especially when 6.1 comes out. I'd give Crystal Conflict a chance. Give it a chance. Like, try a couple games, see how it feels. It may not be your main game mode. It may never be that. But I would say they're designing it in such a way that it can be a side thing you do now and then, like Gold Sauce or like, all sorts of different content. Rather than needing to know why. Some of these designs or frames you will unlock by clearing content, finishing quests, or getting an achievement.
後追いにはなりますけど、増やしていきます。過去のコンテンツも含めて。で、アチーブメントで見ていくので、クリア済みであれば、そのアチーブメント
I'm just seeing charities,
されるみたいにしてるんで、ちょっと遡ったものに対しても少しずつ増やしていこうと思ってるので、ちょっとそれも合わせてですね、ご了承いただけると。はい。
Good. Yeah, as someone who like historically does not love PvP, does not love things like the Gold Saucer and stuff, 14 has encouraged me to try stuff, and I have never felt cheated of time for trying. And some things I really did get into. I have a max level perfectly bred Chocobo, and Interesting. Yeah, okay, Crystalline Conflict. Oh, they changed it. Crystalline Conflict instead of Crystal Conflict. So this is the new PvP mode they're adding, it's 5v5. And I think will be a lot of fun.
ちょっと PVP 全体のお話をしていこうかなと思います。
はい、お願いします。
はい。まず
Yeah, they're going to explain a lot of what I was just saying. But hopefully they'll go into the more into the PvP reward system because everything is looking pretty exciting for that. Hydra, the only content I genuinely do not like currently in 14 is Eureka. Bocha is so much better than Zadnor. What did you have problem with Zadnor? I like Zadnor way more than I like Bocha. I really have some problems. My main problem with Bocha and Zadnor is no mechanic for notes. That's like the one thing I have. I actually prefer Zadnor. Eureka, I don't have problems with because Eureka is exactly what it wants to be. And the thing is, you can complete Eureka and be done with it. But it's not my favorite. I don't love Eureka, but I sat down, I liked Eureka for a week to be done with it, to like go from 0 to max level and get the armor. 6.1 trailer looks fire from more perspective, just watch it. Yeah, hey Popo, good to have you. Yeah. It freaking looks amazing. After this stream is done, I'm so excited I'm going to make a video all about it. And I am very, very excited to talk about it. You should have seen me when it first came out. I was just pointing out like, this is that is this, and holy shit, yes! Also, guys, if you haven't checked out Popo's content, you should definitely. He's got a lot of wonderful interviews and juxtapositions between 14 and other MMOs. Zadnor was a slog. I could not level it forever, just waiting for Fates to honestly, that was my Boja experience, Hydra. So I had the inverse of you, but having had a similar experience, I feel Popo. I'm looking forward to your analysis. Awesome. Well, I will hope to have it out within a couple hours. It might end up being like longer than 20 minutes. So hopefully, if this ends sometime around 9 or 10, I'll then be able to have it out by like 2 p.m. my time. I've never done Eureka or Bocha. I want the armor from Eureka so badly. Again, if you guys have things you want to do, please message in the Discord and we will try to create a thing around it. Or just talk to me or to other people. I'm sure there are other people who want to do Eureka or Baldezi and Arsenal. The elemental armor is dope. How could you not? But I super recommend trying them out. Especially Boja is a great way to level jobs from 70 to 80. Or 71, I forget. Eureka is its own content and has its own ups and downs, but it's also really fun. It's a great experience for us. I agree. Can't wait for that video. Love your content. Thanks so much, Eddie. Thank you, guys. Nusha just leveled to Boja, level 25 in 3 days. It's a lot easier now. Yeah. Boja's. The other thing is, I'm angry at Boja because there are 2 notes I've been trying to get that I literally tried to get maybe once a day or at least once a week every week. For the past year, over a year, and I still am missing these 2 notes. Whereas Zadnor, I got all my notes, and so the fact that there's no pity mechanic after all this time and all this effort is really frustrating to me. Because I have thousands upon thousands of coins. Like, even if it was literally 9,000 coins to get 1 note of your choice, I would be able to get both notes. I'm note farming in Zadnor. We'll watch this. Awesome. Well, I'm glad it's providing some entertainment while you do. I'm never going to attempt those notes. The solo fates alone make me never want to go for that. The thing for me is that you don't have to do the solo stuff in order to get them. But they make it easier. But I love 12 and I really want that motor running, and I want to be able to be done. So I've had all but 2 of them for like 6 months now. Team fights with bases on. So it's basically there's the center crystal and there's the center crystal, and you got the 2 sides. You got red and blue, and both sides are trying to push the crystal into the other person's space, and whoever pushes into the other space wins. And you're doing that wall fighting. That's the same main idea of crystal. Whoever got the most players in the vicinity of the crystal will be the one pushing it. So if it's 5-on-5, someone's got to kill someone in order to start pushing it. Ariel, it took me forever, but I got all the notes without doing the 1v1. Yeah. Hydra, I'm worried if I'll like 12. Didn't like X1 or like X though. So you might not. The thing I'll say though is. We had a conversation. I might have been in the Discord or in a stream, but we had a conversation about this. I really like 12 combat, but it's a specific flavor and type of thing. It depends on you may not. What I would say is if you want to enjoy 12 to its fullest, you need to A, give it a little bit of time. B, it might be worth playing parts of it on the ×4 setting for the that comes with the Zodiac Age, and also 3, engage with the Gambit system. engage with it. You will have a much better time. It is made for you to engage with the game system. Eddie, tug of war, I dig it. Yeah. And tug of war and 5v5, right? Smaller teams, so it feels more intimate and like you have some control over what's going on. Also, if the enemy is getting it closer to your base, it means you're spawning closer to the crystal, so it's got a natural push and pull to it. Melody, this looks fun. Yeah. I'd also look forward to playing Crystal Conflict with people. So again, message me if you want to do some of that when it comes out. Also, if not for no other reason, the rewards. I lived in Bosha for 2 weeks when the Bun Bike came out to farm it for my Fran cosplay alt. I was not playing a bunch when Bosha was new, but I was playing a frick ton by the time before Zadnor came out. So like I caught the tail end of Bosha in terms of playing a lot. But there were 2 notes that I couldn't grab at the time. And I've literally done the critical engagements for them, or technically the fates for them, hundreds of times each. But I want that Bun Bike. I don't even want that Bun Bike because I love it so much, partly just because I want to be able to be like, I am done. I have the Bun Bike. I never need to think about this. I have leveled a job from 80 to 90 in Bosha. 80 to 90. Because of the amount of time it took to get these 2 notes, and I still didn't get even a single note in that entire time. I did not get a single one of them. Only being there doing those critical engagements and fates. My hope is if I ever get to ask a question of Yoshi, there are many. One of them is a pity system for Bosha. There should always be a pity system, even if it's crazy, like has a lot of requirement to it, like 99 tokens, right? At least you know that if you put in the time, you can get to a point where you will get the thing. So I'll show now, including the portrait show earlier. Wait, this one dev team called Zoom. This one is my machine. This is what I mean earlier, portrait show. Okay, so this is exactly what I was joking about earlier, showing this for Crystal Conflict. That's really cool. Team Umbra. Okay, so the other team's gonna be Team Umbra and Team Astral, of course. Oh, this is super cool. I leveled several jobs to 90 in Bosha. I can only imagine what one you're missing, considering I'm still missing a good few. I am missing 2 in Z3. One of which you can get from a duel, but that only works if the duel ever pops.
紹介プレイですので、まずはですね、開発チームの皆さん、
the one from Murder, Death, Kill, and
さすがに大丈夫やろ。
開いた瞬間走り出すかも。
とりあえずなんか吉田やっとこうぜみたいな。
Feeling a strong Overwatch vibe. Yeah, agree, Eddie. That someone pointed that out to me a while ago, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that's exactly.
放送に乗らない安全地帯。
Overwatch, TF2. I'd also, looking at how they set it up, I would watch a competitive match of this. Like, I would actually watch a competitive PvP. Like if someone was like a streaming it.
試合展開早くするために。で、1試合時間は5分です。
5分。短い。短期決戦。
Van Lead. That's pretty fun. Looks like a MOBA match. Yeah. Well, it's funny because literally they have the MOBA game format of Rival Leagues, but Rival Leagues also struggles because of the people required. Oh, dude, that's cool. Oh, dude, there's a lot of interesting things going on. Okay, this is gonna be fun, and this is gonna work. This is actually looking good. Yeah, I wonder how it'll look on PS5. Oh, I'm sure it'll look great. I mean, especially with like G-Shade and all that jazz. Murder, Death, Kill. I missed a Demolition Man reference in 14. I love that movie. Yeah, I noticed that. Yes, there is all the Bojin titles. So many of them are references to movies. I mean, a lot of the quests and fates in 14 are. But yeah, the second I saw that, I laughed myself off. It is. I think there's another. I forget which fate it is in Bosha, but there's another one that's a reference to Demolition Man. That is one tiny skill bar. Reminds me of Guild War 2 skill bar, to be honest. It might not be all the skills. Because he's more showing this off, he's not doing combat. This may be that they restricted it. This also may be more that there's more things that they can put on that they don't have.
でここでギャーギャーやって押し返されたりとかして、で
これで解除されたら、
そうです。一定時間乗り
Yes, before you ask, since I said that, why I play on console for this and Endwalker.
なるほど。
Yeah, Hydra. Murder, Death, Kill now spawns only about every 10 minutes. Didn't take me long to get it. It does not spawn every 10 minutes on my map. I literally, and usually there's barely anyone on the map when I'm playing, regardless of time, and I have to manually be the one to spawn murder, death, kill by killing all the red mecha, the red.
で、まあ一旦退出。これがルールです。もう基本的な。
I have literally done murder, death, kill
シンプル。
well over 100 times. I'm probably approaching 200 times of doing it. Haha, Final Fantasy, Crystal Mechanics. Yeah. There's a Fate Garlemald, Metal Gear Solid. That's a good game. Yep, that game's good. Yep. There's the amount of references. One day I just want to make a video, and I'd have to make multiple, frankly, just going down every single Fate and every single reference to it. And I've been meaning to do that, but I've just been focusing on lore and other stuff. Nicole Hamilton. MDK took forever, but I'm still missing Sotao for... Yep, that's the other one I'm missing. I know there's a duel, but I can't do the CEO with CE, especially with so few people in the instance. Yep. I feel you. I have that same struggle. I've also done that one hundreds of times. Or not hundreds, probably approaching 200.
今回、ロールが、まあ、なくなって、どのジョブでも、
I wish Murder Death Kill was spawning 10 every 10 minutes, but
で、その、じゃあ回復どうすんの
But especially if like I didn't have to be the one spawning it. I can hear the dev team giggling in my ear, says Yoshi P. Oh, interesting thing. If you are not moving in Crystalline Conflict when you're near the crystal, it will not count. It will not count. You have to be moving.
笑い死語がめっちゃ気になる。ここに回帰ってあると思うんですけど。
So yeah, now he's talking about the different PvP skills and how they change.
全ジョブに。この回帰は MP を消費してヒットポイントを回復します。
なるほど。
ちょっと誰かまあいいか。こういう感じですね。15000回復。
Okay, I have no idea how these PvP actions are, what they're called. But the green one that heals you will be spammable, but costs MP in the future. The green one is also going to be available to every job, so every job will have a heal ability. They're trying to bring it so that each of the jobs still have their flavor of their role, but that they all are. It's less of a holy trinity and more of just a flavor difference, with some strengths. So tanks will still be more tanky, but they won't need a healer to heal as much. Healers can still heal. But they were going to be able to do more damage. Stuff like that. And part of the nice thing about that is that means that a predetermined comp becomes less.
でもちろんヒーラーにも一応ヒールは特性なので持ってはいますけど、
Machine meta turning this into TF2
していただいて全然構いません。はい。
Indeed.
確かに走りながら。
Is Crystalline Conflict launching immediately with patch 6.1 on April 12th? That's a great question. Let me go back through my images I have saved. As far as I know, it is.
あとは防御 90% 火ダメカットの代わりに移動しかできないっていうのもあるので、まずいってなったら防御を買っていただいてみたいな感じです。
It seems like, yeah, it seems like it's 6.1 and not 6.11.
そうですね。一旦
It's like because they also denote specifically that they're putting Rival Wings on hiatus while Crystalline Conflict is going in. And that's also really important to note because what I hope they do with Rival Wings is they like they retool it. If they can retool Rival Wings so that it's like a 10v10 instead of a 32.
今から皆さんにご覧いただくのは吉田さんと開発チームによる
It could be, and the maps were a little bit smaller, a little bit more for a fine tune. It could be a great PvP mode, but as it is, just too many people and too big maps, and just too little control and too much responsibility, but also no responsibility. It's just kind of a mess. But I really, Rival Wings could be so much fun. Every job with a heal and a limit break, it really is Guild Wars 2 PvP. Yeah. Which is what, it's better. It is going to be better for 14 to have it like this. Yeah, Astral. Yeah, okay. So you can read that the team name on right below their feet says Astral. So it is Astral, or Astra versus Umbra. Just like the polarities of Aether. Awesome. I think Rival Wings should be 5v5, 3-lane map, just like traditional. I agree. I would prefer that. What I would say is, at that point, there's not a huge difference between Crystalline Conflict and Rival Wings, and what I think would the reason 10v10 might be better is because then you have 5v5, 10v10, and the 24v24. And so you have different stages and tiers. Now, I am more than happy with a 5v5 that is just kind of a little similar to Crystalline Conflict, and it's just two flavors that are split, because they are different enough. but I mean, either way, I'll gladly take it. But I would definitely take a version that is just a 5v5 traditional combat. The thing is that so many of the mechanics within have to be as well. Because if you have one person going off to deal with cerulean tanks at all, it becomes a completely, like, that throws out everything. Especially because as much as there is a center, there's not a center lane. So you'd basically be creating a whole new game from scratch. Oh yeah, Guild Wars 2 PvP is great. That isn't a bad thing. Yeah. Guild Wars 2 was the first time I was ever actually able to get into it on those PvP. So totally. Astra being a parallel to Umbra, which is specifically referencing I mean, Astral and Umbral.
さあさあどんどん進んで、あそこの中間地点に来ます。あそこに来るとクリスタル停止状態で、青チーム1人落としました。
ガチだなこの人たち。
そうですね。
チャットがすげえガチだ。
花を持たせるとか一つもない。
Oh, just Eden, yeah. It's been so long since I've done Eden. I need to redo it. Speaking of, tomorrow we're gonna be doing Unsynced Eden with a friend of mine who really desperately wants chess piece from it and has been waiting for forever. So feel free to join us. We're gonna unsync it. It's not gonna be super easy. It's still 80, but we're gonna unsync it. And feel free to join us if we don't get enough people.
メーターになってます。ここまでクリスタル来てるよというのを示しております。
That won't be the community live stream. We'll do something else for the live stream because I know a lot of you need to do Omega yet.
誰かの LB です。
忖度すればよかったな今って言ってるやつがいる。
すごい一応言っときましたぐらい。
Eddie, the PvP content I would love to see in the future would be similar to not fighting each other, but see which team can finish the objective first. So like an asynchronous PvP? That does not appeal to me. But clearly appeals to you, and I'm sure there's a breadth of people. I mean, the fact that people love the race to Mythic, right? Or race to world first with the Mythic rating and WoW and stuff shows that a lot of people are interested in that. I think it's I think it is a cool idea devoid of how I might or might not enjoy it. I would also worry though, like I really do not want like a race to world first Mythic for 14. Like we do have the ultimate race, but it's a different vibe. Like LOA raid when the teams race into 3.
という上小さいんですけど、クリスタル上に乗ってる人数も。
See, I guess for me, what I prefer in that is something more like putting that in an alliance raid where you split up like that, and maybe giving a little bit of an extra reward for whoever completes it first. I mean, that's bad because that can incentivize people being frustrated at their teammates if they're not performing optimally. So maybe PvP is better for that. Yeah. Have to workshop it, but dude, this looks fun. This looks like actual fights. Like that's part of why I hate frontlines, and is that it's such a surface that you don't actually get to have actual fights. This feels like actual fights. And look at how fast that crystal moves too. Oh, I think this is gonna be a good time. It's gonna be great. Red bar isn't moving anymore on top. It records what the furthest point was. So when the time runs out, the team who's pushed it furthest wins. So that's important. Even if you don't get into the goal, and the matches are 5 minutes long, so they're short. If you don't get into the goal, whoever's pushed it the farthest wins the match. So right now, Umbra would win the match because they got it the furthest. But if Astra is able to get it further, even if they don't push it in, they'll win when time runs out.
で赤チームの 84.9% っていう数字が動いてないのが分かると思うんですけれども。
Does anyone else get off their numbers? Like I feel like I try to minimize my UI as much as possible while maintaining all the important.
30秒。
さあどうなるでしょうね。
I know a lot of you gotta love those big numbers. So I know.
一回ダウンするごとに。
It looks like every time you die, it increases your timer respawn by 1 too. So. That's also a great. I think that's a great system.
なんで各ジョブのリミットブレイク結構
agreed. More opportunity for individual hero ball moments. Yeah. Oh wow, 12-second respawn time. Well, it was started at 10 and then it went to 11 and then 12. So it looks like it's increasing. Okay. So they were talking about overtime. So maybe it's not when the timer runs out. It's not an automatic win who went furthest. So when does overtime end?
こまでいけるのか。
Let's see. Every time you die, your spawn timer will increase by a little, and it seems like 1 second. Yep, 13. So every time it's 1 second.
青チーム負け、赤チームの勝利となりました
という感じでございます。
という。
The overtime background music is from Final Fantasy 11.
勝負時間使ったことになりますから。
そうですね。
No, that's Final Fantasy 9. My bad.
すごいテンポで進んでいきますので。
まあ今日参加してた。
Yeah, I definitely want more of those individual hero moments. And it's not like, oh, you need to carry things, but I just want like a one-on-one, right? Or moments that where the mechanics of the PvP are also not fighting you for to have like, okay, you guys are on crystal, but you as a paladin and a samurai are off in the corner trying to duke it out because you're trying to deal with something else. Just like, ow, if the team gets off, the other team wins, really digging it. Yeah, and the fact that it's 5 minutes, it's supposed to be short, so it's supposed to be fast. You know, it's not like when someone starts steamrolling, it feels bad, man, it takes forever, but they still win. It seems much more like a, you know, you play, you fight, do you win, you lose, okay, keep going. Hydra, I have my own weird setup, but I only recently lowered particle effects after trying to do something. I'm forgetting. It's like Overwatch if the team gets. Yeah, okay, yeah. Gets, yeah. I follow you, Eddie. I do very minimal, like all my effects are turned off other than mine. So like I see the important key stuff that it still shows you, but I do, all the effects are turned off, numbers are turned off. I don't even have the enemy's health bar. I get the little health bar for aggro, that's all I need. But I have, so where the health bar was, it pops up with whatever abilities the enemy uses really big because I take main, so like that's knowing what it But yeah, everyone's got their own tastes for how they like their setup. Honestly, it drives me crazy. Personal Druthers thing when people put their like have the like attack their skill bars in the middle of the screen. I'm like, okay, yeah, that works for you. Cool. Thanks for doing overtime, guys. It's 10:46 p.m. in Japan right now. Our battle and content team gets so heated, the communications on voice chat were intense. No, not that way. Explaining. Okay, now they're explaining the new reward system, which is what I've been waiting for. So this is very exciting. This is all simultaneously to promote you reasons to play, but also to try to avoid FOMO. Series are currently planned to change with each major patch. Play any PvP mode to earn series experience and obtain rewards upon reaching. It's essentially a battles pass you do not need to pay for, and you just, as you do, you get rewards. And you don't need to just play Crystal Conflict. That's what the series will be. Individual maps will continue reward XP, like Job XP, PvP XP, Tomestones. We're going to get all the rewards we were already getting, plus more. And this is the series. There's also going to be a different reward bracket for Crystal and Conflict. Hydra. I moved the Alliance raid bars to the other side of the screen over the quest bars because seeing what the goal is and how well people are doing is that important. So yeah, here it is.
シリーズ1になってます。で、この右上に
So this is you're going to get the series points and you're going to get items along the way. You're just going to get from doing it. And then you can trade in those series points for specific rewards you want. Now the important thing is that while the series things are time limited for the series, they will come back. They will be available in some way at another point. They are not, you've missed it, you're done. Because fuck that shit. Fucking high hell. Hate that stuff. I hate FOMO so much. I am okay if I miss something so long as I know I can get it later. That is my one thing. Even if I don't get it. But look, so they put the sunglasses in there, they put a emote in here. Those cards are. Oh, I bet they're a plate. I bet there's something for one of the adventure plates. That's trophy crystals that you can exchange for various items at the Wolves.
トロフィークリスタルっていうものをもらえる。このレベル2の報酬はトロフィークリスタルですと。で、このクリスタルは何かっていうと、ウルブズジェイル継戦場で使える、まあギルのようなものだと思ってください。これによって、各ジョブに用意されている、装備のパーツをまあ見た目だけなんですけどね、取ってったりっていう感じでいきます。 結構ねサクサク上がるようにはしたので、であとこれ PVP だからって勝たないとたまらないかっていうとそうじゃないので、負けても増えますので、参加していけば。
I need to get credit. Yep, I hear you. I luckily don't. The only one of those types of characters that I care about is the Cactuar earring, because love my Cactuar boy. But
こういうところ節目節目にはですね直接アイテムが
The thing that's nice is that those things, I think the Mamai Shiba didn't that had been out before too, so like that comes back around eventually.
装備品だったりとかアドベンチャーさ
But yeah, don't totally get to
装
Tombstone.
飾とかそういったものが直接ゲットできて、
Ben Hutchison, just watching, starting stream now. Piece of advice: if you're going to provide
シリ
commentary,
ーズ
lower
1
the
の
volume.
このレベル25に設定されている報酬が
Well, the thing is, we switched between allowing them to talk, but also we adjusted it earlier, and people were fine with
この
it. Thanks
PVP
though, Ben.
装備これが一式も
Wow,
ら
look
え
at
ま
that.
す一式もらえます
Speaking of Wolf's Den, there's an. But yeah, if guys, if you have a problem with the audio,
いつかもらえますよ
Yoshi-P, if you need me to lower that, let me know.
まあかっこいい系
Oh, speaking of Wolf's Den, there is an ARRPG piece of boots I wish weren't.
で、次のシリーズ、まあ、パッチ 6.2 が来ると、シリーズが今度シリーズ
This almost reminds me of a Guild Wars 2.
変わります。そうなると、レベルも全部リセットされて、報酬のラインナップも変更します。
なるほど。
で、トロフィークリスタルだけはシリーズをまたいでも、使えます。なので、貯めたトロフィークリスタルは、
This is literally Bolivar's Lich King armor. Yeah.
ただ、いや待ってくれシリーズ1の報酬
Combine that with the Witch King of Angmar
場合もあると思うので、1個前のシリーズの報酬までは獲得できるようにしてあるので、こんな感じになってます。
はい、わかりやすい。
このシリーズは大丈夫ですかね？
大丈夫そうですね。
The thing is also people wanted to hear the music and stuff for trailer. If you didn't make it in time, you can still use these crystals to obtain the rewards from previous series. They will stay for one additional patch, but will be gone after that. So what will happen is that the rewards will be around for 2 patches, but they will probably come back in some other way according to their prior statements.
まあもちろんそのカジュアルマッチとかやっててもたまるので、ランクマッチだけじゃないので。ぜひですね、多くの人に遊んでいただきたいと思ってます。で、あとは次が、じゃあいよいよガチにランクマッチやるぜという人たちに対しての、ランクマッチのシーズン制についての説明です。はい、お願いします。今のは PVP 全体に関わるシリーズなんですけど、クリスタルコンフリクトのランキング戦をやるためにランクマッチにはシーズン制というものを採用していきます。で、このシーズン期間中に
So the hope is, and everything around their language has been such that they will be gone for a time, but they will return. Just to prevent there to be a huge glut of different items to get. So it'll be cycling out every 2 patches.
それから順位報酬というのがもらえます。なるほど。でまあその報酬の内容はまあどちらかというと名誉です。
ranking rewards here, ranking place. Rewards include achievements, titles, adventure plates, elements, and more.
感じになってます。
Achievements and titles, I'm not too bothered by. Adventure plates, okay, fine. Elements and more. I worry about like mounts and stuff. Like I really hate when they make it so that there's amounts of armor that you can unlock and just never get.
ブロンズからダイヤモンドっていうこれを階級と呼ぶんですけど、
Between the tiers of bronze and diamond, there will be a maximum of 5 sub-levels called risers.
階っていうのが設定されます。
なるほど。
ブロンズ321、シルバー321っていう風に、まあ階段がそれぞれの
There was some language that they had prior that seems to imply they might be bringing back old mounts and stuff like that
2へ上がって1へ上がってその状態で
to be available as new PvP rules.
なるほどなるほど。
Don't quote me on that, but it seemed like that might be a possibility. I really hope so.
でこれに対してですね、勝ち星っていう次システムがあります。で、この勝ち星って何かっていうと、勝ち星は単純に試合に勝利すると勝ち星1個もらえます。で、
Yeah, I mean, they set this. There's a reason that it's a standard. It's a language people can understand, right, Jen? So like, it makes sense to use it.
勝利すると、ブロンズの2で、勝ち星が3つっていう風な状態になります。で、負けると逆に1個減ります。
I hate backwards progression systems.
3持ってる状態で、
I know it's the norm.
1つ回が
I wanted some of the old mounts and now I did promo minions, realms of the heavens, ARPA prince. Yeah. My hope, Hydra, is that it seems like a lot of that stuff they've been reproducing lately. That they might do new runs of some of that stuff, seeing as 14 has become more and more popular. But that still doesn't solve the problem, really. I definitely know my big thing is that PvP armor that they released like a year or two ago for only like the top people of the feast made me so mad because that's literally the aesthetic I wanted so bad, but had no means to. It just sucked. Because even if I put an inordinate amount of time into that, I still might not get it. Like, it wasn't even just if you play a bunch of feasts, you'll earn it. It's, if you don't happen to be the best at the top 20 in your server, you just don't get it. And that's just, that feels, I don't think, I am of the mind that systems should be something you can work for. They should not be something that you are either the best or you get shit. That's one of those few rare things from 14 that I'm just like.
シルバーに到達したらそれ以上落ちることはないので、ちょっと負けが込んだとしても、うわまたブロンズかみたいな感じじゃないっていう感じですね。はい。
上がっていくには、ある程度
I said that this was only going to be 2 hours long. I don't know why I lied to myself.
そうですね。
We're already approaching hour 3.
今回試合時間をかなりスピーディーな展開にしたので、1試合時間はかなり短く
approaching hour 3. Sorry, I mean about to finish hour 3.
どんどんその勝ち星っていうのが
You can't drop down a tier, so once you've reached silver, you won't go back to bronze if you want to climb. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind that as much. If like, okay, as long as you get your
ガチでやりたい人たちのランクマッチって形で、まあ14のプレイヤーの皆さんにはこういうデザインの方が合うだろうというのが、まあかなり時間をかけていろいろ議論してやってきた感じになってます。
I don't like limited run things at all, purely because I like to collect things. Yeah, same. If I collect things, I'm a completionist, and therefore often I have to not let myself collect things because things can be time limited, and you weren't there at the beginning, so you don't get any. You don't get it.
ダイヤモンドの回1の状態で
It's also very common. Like it's common in the West now, but it's also a very common practice in like Japanese marketing.
で、クリスタルに昇格すると勝ち星制ではなくなります。
Beyond Diamond Light is the highest tier crystal.
ポイントは勝敗によって表現し、数値の多さでランキング。なので最終的にランキングに乗る人たちはここに到達していくだろうと。で、ここからはポイントで
Okay, so that's their basically R rating. Hydra, this is much more. This is much more fine than say going to bronze for gold simply because I lost one match with randos. Yeah. I don't mind if there are plateau points. I mind it a hell of a lot less, especially if the plateau point is only, hey, you need to win 4 matches. They're 5 minutes. You can do 4 matches in 20 minutes. Like getting that done, you know. And like that's assuming you win each one in a row, of course. But even if you spend an hour on it, that's 12 matches. So I mind that a hell of a lot less. Summary of the upcoming PvP changes. The time between patch 6.1 and 6.2 will be PvP Series 1. And then 6.2 to 6.3 will be Series 2. The ranked matches seasons will be cut in between. So that's important. This is so much better than that 10-minute mosh pit it currently is. Yeah. Frontlines is admittedly on their part, Frontlines is a mess. And frankly, I don't think Frontlines has ever not been a mess. If you want to go in and have a fun and you're thinking of it as a mess that you have no control over, you can have a fun time. But that's damning with faint praise.
メジャーパッチごとによってはまた変わるかもしれないということですよね。はい。
メジャーの間が4ヶ月あるので、基本的にはそこさっき25まであったと思いますけど、でかい報酬、あれらは一通り全然取れちゃう値にしたので、ちょっとなんか そのためにこう何百試合あと何百試合かみたいな感じにはまあならないようにはしたつもりなので、値はぜひですね、空いた時間に
We should be near it. There shouldn't be that much left to hit on.
大変嬉しいです。
After PvP, right?
はい。
We go back to the top, right?
ということで、新 PVP の仕組み一式と、クリスタルコンフリクトのご説明でした。
はい。
ありがとうございます。
ちょっとね PVP の報酬力入れて作っていこうと思ってます。
はい。
はい。よろしくお願いします。
はい。そしてここでお知らせがあるんです。
Yeah, this should be one of the like. We still got to talk about data center. And maybe the unending codex a little bit.
We should be approaching to the
end. There's chaotic fun to it, but trying to get seasonal rewards that never come back from it. Yes. Yes, Hydra, that is my exact problem too. That's why I'm glad they are solving that. Or at least trying to do it. Yes, it's returning! Finally, people can get their horse mounts. I always feel bad using that mount. Oh, thank God. Oh, people can finally stop being sad. Garo is back, people!
んですけど、新ジョブ増えてるんですけど、他の
Everybody's ready to go.
装備デザインを生かしつつ、新ジョブに着れるちゃんと
They hinted it was coming. They hinted it was coming.
はい、アチブメントと称号も各ジョブ用に用意させていただいています。で、
Tiny Machinist Pistol.
これをやったのって
I was thinking about all the people who created Power Ranger outfits from these. But also, yeah, I've had the mounts from them, and I always feel bad using them because people love those mounts, and they ask me where they can get them, and I'm like, you can't, sorry.
その後実装だから多分 3.5。
じゃあここでですね、雨宮監督と東北新社さんからご好意。
Make sure all of you guys
かっこいい PV
do this event, get the mounts from this event.
権利の問題があるんで。
We don't know when it'll come back again. This is just like getting the regalia from Final Fantasy 15. Don't miss out. Even if it's not, like, just you'll thank me later.
PV を久しぶりに見てみましょう。はい。それではどうぞ。
Oh, okay. Is this the Garo event trailer? Or is this... What I wish is that it wasn't a returning an event and that they had made a deal to make it like a regular thing people could earn the rewards from. But I understand why that isn't the case. Why trying to make it a perpetual thing is just not an easy deal probably to work out.
と Final Fantasy 14のコラボのプロモーションビデオをご覧いただきました。
Oh my god, this collaboration
というわけでですね、
was before patch 3.5, so that was 5 years ago. Wow.
ちょっと間に合わないかなと思ってたん
I'm
ですけど、
happy we made it in time for this collaboration to come back from PvP changes. Thanks to everyone who made it possible.
各社ね、ご協力いただいて、
This is the second time it's come back, right?
ことになりましたので、お待たせしました。本当多くの人にね、
Because it came back during Shadowbringers.
はい。
ビデオめちゃくちゃかっこいいですね。
これね、ガロマニア。
A lot of people were requesting for this to come back.
俺の欲望もいっぱい詰まってるんで。はい。というわけで、だいたい今日その 6.1 に関してお伝えしたいところとしては以上かな。
はい。
だいぶ。
お伝えしたい内容としては以上になります。
はい。
God, and Walker's music is fire.
いつも例によってまたお知らせコーナーとしてお知らせ事項がいくつかござるんですが。
Our announcement segment today is also very packed. Let's start with a video. Another video. I only know that because my friend who got me to finally play had the tiny gun in one of the horses.
まあ何を流すか存じておりますので、
よろしいですか。
コールをしますか。
Those mounts are
ではお知らせ大事なんです。どうぞ。
Okay, what's the video? The Primals are playing again! At last! That's why Foxconn was wearing this shirt. Oh, I hope so, at least. Please tell me to come into the States. Come to the States. Ah! Well, I guess we're going to Japan, guys! I have friends I could go see. I can't... Do I tell them the real reason? Because I'm going to go see the Primals. Yeah, that's assuming you get tickets, though. Maybe I'll wait until they show up at stateside. I can dream. Yeah, it's probably Tokyo only.
はい、ライブインジャパン。
はい、概要を知らせするので、
シャドウですね。
パワーポイントお願いします。
Fun fact, after every live letter, I always have a very unrealistic wish that they had announced a Final Fantasy XIV anime either based off the slice of life manga or an original. I mean, you could honestly adapt the primary, if you turned them into 12 to 24 episode stories, each expansion as an anime. I think you could make that work. I mean, you'd have to really cut down a lot. I think you can remove a lot of what makes it so good. Not remove, but there are aspects about interacting and play that are fundamental to why it works so well. But I think for the most part, you could make it work. Ariel, okay, who wants to pay for me to go as a birthday present? Kidding, I promise. I'm sure you are. Me and the Eorzean Archives crew are all planning to definitely go to what's it called? Sooner, especially stateside, but also potentially either in Europe or Japan.
で、遠方でちょっと幕張行けないわとかいう方ももちろんいらっしゃると思いますし、
Melody, we don't get any in Osaka. Yeah, that's the... Osaka's so great though. I love Osaka. I love its aquarium.
こちらはこちらで詳細決まりましたら改めて
I don't know, man. Like everyone rants about Kyoto and Tokyo, but I really love Osaka. I love its vibe. You can make each DLC into a 30-episode season of an anime. AR's the only one that struggles at times.
続いて今ちょっと
I mean, the thing is, like, there's a lot of things you can weave into ARR that would allow it to be really good set in the future, too. I would not want it to be 30 episodes per. I don't think you need that much time to tell all their stories. I think you can do it. Honestly, I think you can do it 12 and keep it consolidated to like the best aspects of it. I do think that there's a little level of breadth that might be better for 24. Yeah, I mean, my birthday is the 3rd of June, so, well, if I had money, I would give it to you. And on that note, why not consider donating $1 to us on our Eorzean Archives on our Patreon? It goes a long way to helping us be sustainable and create all the content that we do. We also have fun rewards, like changing your name color for the Discord, and finding out a little bit secret behind-the-scenes details, like the dirty jokes that Niniri repeatedly tells while we're filming at Tokyo. I haven't uploaded all of them yet. But it happens more than you'd think. Stormblood anime 100% makes sense. I mean, all anime for all of them. I don't think Stormblood makes any more sense than the others. Like I realize, yes, there's like Kugane and like the Japanese aestheticism. I really don't think like narratively. I think they all fit in really well. Melody, nice. Yeah, I've only spent like collectively like a month in Japan. A week of that was in Osaka. A week of that was in Tokyo. A week of that was in Kyoto. And a week of that was in and I mean, okay, I loved Miko, but like I also love history, so like being at Tokugawa Jingu the Tokugawa Shrine, man. And just that area was really lovely. But man, of the like major cities, I really love Osaka. Of a small sample size I've been to, right? Yeah, but yeah, no trips from the near future. Well, travel to the land of Aetheris and join us on many quests. That counts, right? Eddie, best time to go money-wise, March, April. I've been twice, and round trip tickets are usually go. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like Eddie's right, and the thing is, if you know what you're doing, surviving in most major metropolitan areas of Japan, you can do it cheaply. You're not gonna have the major experience that everyone wants and staying at like Yonsen and all sorts of crap. But you can survive super cheaply and reasonably and have a great time. The main cost is plane tickets, I find. But I'm also stateside, so it depends on where you're at. Melody, I'm more excited now to try PvP. We'll sure check out your Patreon. Oh, thanks, Melody. Obviously, I mean that sincerely for people to check it out, but also it meant it partly. So, thank you, though. It is deeply appreciated. But yeah, I would say definitely give Crystalline Conflict a chance to everyone. I would say that. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But a lot of the rewards I think will also appeal to most of you guys, and it's super short. If y'all visit, let me know, please. Melody, I will. There actually are a lot of reasons that I would need to. I need to head back to Japan. But I definitely will. Hydra. I mean, for now, it's panel specifically very much fits like an anime progression compared to the other expansions. Really? I don't feel like it necessarily is any different. Hydra. I would like to me the progression of its narrative is not. I think fits into Heaven's Word and Around Reborn and all of them. Especially because like even within the shonen genre, just alone, there's kind of a breadth of character arcs that kind of repeated and a specific type. The like actual narrative progression can vary a little bit. But, you know. I'd love to hear your points on it. I would love to hear what you like, if your specific feeling on why Stormblood is that better. Melody, wish was on Crystal, but still checking your Discord. Thank you very much. And yeah, one, there's going to be transferring, or there's going to be the ability to cross servers eventually, and then on top of that, we, maybe we'll create groups for doing stuff on other servers, because I know their a lot of people on other shards and stuff. But either way, love to have you around and love to talk about war and all other sorts of good stuff. So even if you just like having a community to talk to, that's what Discord can have. They're just talking about the event and all the merch and stuff for it. Once more, a reminder, the live itself is available to everyone in the world to view. So we can all watch it live, even if we can't go. The merchandise is Japan only. And they're just laughing at how Foxconn's shirt is a large, whereas that's like maybe a medium. I think the very clear spit in writing actually helped it there in the regard, mainly as the most anime can really take advantage of this. I follow, and I don't even necessarily, I wouldn't say I disagree. It's mostly, I don't know that is something I personally think of as specific to anime in such a way that Stormblood is then any more so. But I hear you. The Final Fantasy 14, but also that depends on the types and amount of anime you watch. The Final Fantasy 14 manga that's out is awesome and very dark. Yep, it's very interesting. Oh my god! Bonus item code Wind Up Ragnarok. So in terms of things that go money towards in the Patreon go towards, it's buying a lot of resource books. So like we have a copy of EE2. They're re-releasing Encyclopedia Eorzea Volume 1, which I need to buy a copy of, which I do not have one. And they're also releasing them in PDF form. I also would at some point, as we are more sustainable, like to primarily I need to make sure I buy any tools for equipment that we need for the channel, but I'd also like to buy more resource books like the Art of Resurrection at this point, or the other books that are more luxury items, because there's often very little in the way of lore that is in them that isn't available elsewhere, but it's always nice to have.
で続いてのお知らせに参ります。
Because sometimes even just a small passage can be revealing.
こちら、ファイナルファンタジー14エディションの、パナソニックとのコラボ。
Also, don't forget, pre-orders for Encyclopedia Eorzea Volume 1 and Volume 2 are out already. Make sure to go pre-order those if you want a physical copy. They are also releasing them in PDF, so do not feel pressure to. You can get access to them even if you never had the physical copy before. So it's going to be a huge explosion of access to more.
ニュージーランドはすでに販売中でございますので、そういえば忘れてたわという方はぜひとも
This thing is so funny to me.
参考にしていただければと思います。
It's a wearable immersive game
今回
speaker.
新たにフランス、イタリア、スペインで4月初旬の発売を予定しておりまして、こちらは予約受付中となりました。なので、ぜひとも買ってみようという方はこの機会によろしくお願いいたします。
これ俺も実はサンプルいただいて使ってるんですけど、いいんですよすごい。
That slice of life manga makes me laugh every time.
いいよって言ってる人
The Final Fantasy 14 slice of life manga.
さすがようできてます。
Some of the stuff that they showed with, didn't they like basically
ということですので、
make a joke about everyone actually calling Stola mommy in the manga, or was that just a meme someone made? Melody, I'd be jumping out of my seat too much.
続いてのお知らせこちらです。よいしょ。
出た。
6.1 パッチノート朗読会です。で、こちらがパッチ日4月12日とお伝えしましたが、今回も
we can read our own patch notes, can't we, boys
そうですね。
and ladies?
今回はちょっとかなりいろいろなものをサーバーにも入れてるので、
a teacher of mine back in grade school had a mini version of this headset. Dear God, that was a long time ago. I can't believe that they're still thinking. They may have improved Hydra. They also may still be crap.
お時間ある方、メンテでやることないわという方はぜひともお付き合いいただければと。
パッチノートを読めないと、もう文字が多いと、誰が読んでくれないかというそんなあなたのために、我々がパッチノートを。
Dude, my throat is going to be so sore by the time I'm trying to record audio for this video, and then I have to have that meeting with Niniri.
パッチノートが出るまで残り少ない。ということで絶賛追い込み中でございます。はい。
Thanks, Hydra. Thanks so much for all the chatting in the chat and for being around. See you in Discord later. And again, thanks as always.
この後日本向けのお知らせではございます。
I'm sure we'll have more talks about
この後日本時間で日付変わりまして24時50分、ね、土曜日の0時50分から地上波でしくじり先生俺みたいになるなに吉田 P が登場する吉田 P の特別授業が行われます。ということでございまして、放送スケジュールですが、この後テレビ朝日系列で
I forget what channel it is, but there's a channel that does like grab some of the stuff that only airs in Japan and tries to translate it. People who do that do the 12.
25時20分からアベマビデオの方で配信が開始。
I wish I had more access to a lot of the like interviews or just little bits of things with Yoshi and crew that never make it stateside. Like some of them I get access to, but my Japanese is not good enough to fully comprehend. Teeny tiny toy boat minion, I must have. Well, if you buy a book, you get a ship. Also, anybody else think the Ragnarok kind of looks like a yacht? Is it just me?
北海道今ないみたい。
そうみたいですね。
なんか吉田智之内の出身地なのにやってないってそこはそんなにあんまりそうただそのアベマビデオさんだと、そのテレビ朝日での放送が終了した直後から、同じものをアベマビデオさんの方で見れると。で、まあ最初の1週間であれば、無料で見れる。
Very yacht-like. It does. Okay, so it's not just me. Good to know.
まあ30分遅れ。
Like I saw it when I saw it in the I'm forgetting its name, but in Labyrinthos, I was just like, I love its design. It looks like a yacht.
放送されるのは第1章
Space yacht, yacht to the stars. Well, that'd be a really great meme. Just take a photo of the Ragnarok and like create like a whole like a postcard or like a brochure for it. That actually sounds pretty funny. I should do that. It's like one of those speedboats. Yep, exactly.
こちら無料で放送されますが、終わり次第またアベマビデオで配信開始となって、こちらも同じく1週間、初めの1週間は無料配信となります。ということで、
Escape existential dread. The yacht to the stars.
これぜひともセットでご覧いただきたい内容ですね。
まあ、
そういうことです。
僕は別にいいんですけど、そんなに押さなくても。
せっかく授業してきたんですから。
まあそうなんですけど。
なんか This is always the part where they have to do this stuff, and I'm like, there's gonna be like one important thing that they say by the end that's worth noting.
まあなんだろう。
but also like stateside. It's like, okay. It's not even like, oh, this isn't getting to us, so I don't care. But it's like when there's like a 10-minute diatribe about merch, I'm like, I know there's people out there who care.
コメントをね、いただいて大変ありがたい。まあ僕も小さなね、まあしくじりはちょいちょいやってるはいるんですけど、まあそのどちらかというと特別会というイメージで、まあそのどういった原因によってしくじりって起きるのかとか、そのしくじりをまあ未然に防ぐためにはどういう意識を持ったらいいのか。
Has been already zing with headphones on.
で第2部は意外とじゃあそのしくじりの状況からどうやってカムバックしていくか、しくじりを取り返していくかみたいな。
Is it 11 or is it 12?
尺がもう入らんない30分には。なるほど。2回にだからまあ前編後編みたいなイメージになっておりますので、まあよろしければ
いやまあそうですよね。だからそのあ、そうか、14の歴史どうなんだろうと思って見ていただくのもいいです。
Midnight my time, and it is now 9:20 in the morning.
方とか、環境変わられた方もいらっしゃると思いますから、ね、そんな皆さんのこれからの生きていく糧になるこれ幸いということです。
まあちょっとやっぱバラエティ寄りのね、もちろんそのドキュメンタリーではないので、まあやっぱりその芸人さんたちのお声とか、その盛り上げとかいうのはあるんですけど、まあどちらかというとやっぱり
they are in a time zone that is
要素ってこういうところに潜んでるよねとか、まあそれが
right near Japan's time zone, and so I think 1 hour
状況になってしまったんですよと。
When we're recording, it'll be like midnight for them and 11 a.m. So it's always interesting to try and schedule stuff.
話してきたつもりなので、でこれはもうどっちかというと僕も常々仕事するときに、しくじりはするんですよ。本当に冒頭でも言ったんですけど、生きてる限り大なり小なりしくじりはします。ただまあそのでかいしくじりにならないように普段からするにはどうしたらいいかとか、あとは逆にやっぱしくじってしまったらそれをそのまま終わらせるんじゃなくて、まあ次に生かしていくとか、まあそういう話をしたつもりではあるので、まあなんかそんな風に。
Yoshi is talking about the mess up talk from the test stream was about the TV show. The name translated something along the lines of "mess up teacher, don't become like me." And Yoshi talking about how not to mess up. I do mess up a lot at work. Being alive means you mess up from time to time. It's really about what you learn from those mistakes, which is what I always say about 14 to people. Is that like, it's not that I think Yoshi P can be perfect and get everything right. It's I always trust that Yoshi P is trying to get it right, will listen, learn from what they get wrong, and try to make the game better. Like, that's trust and communication, right? Like that's what matters, not a dev who's perfect, because that doesn't exist, and also can change over time. Oh, I wish I could drink caffeine, Melody. Caffeine puts me to sleep. Apparently, it's a really common thing with ADHD. It's like I get a little bit of like jitters for a second, and then it's just it makes me tired. It seems like your sleep schedule is as non-existent as my own, other than scheduling things within the year. Yeah, I do sleep, but I also have to work. I have to do all the writing for the channel, video editing, and video gathering for the channel, and like making the videos. And I also have to do real life job and stuff like this. There's a lot. I have a lot, which is part of why I'm hoping to, at some point over time, get this to a point where it's sustainable enough that this can be my primary job. But slowly getting there. Stimulants work as suppressants with ADHD. Yeah, it's apparently a very relatively common thing. Which is fascinating, but it's also hard to explain to other people because it's confusing to them, and also because so many people rely on caffeine to get going. When you explain, I don't have that as a tool. I don't have a meaningful tool like that to be able to be like, I'm going to use this to wake up or to get me going in the morning. People don't know how to deal. Why I want to check your Patreon. Do not know that area. Thank you very much, Melody. I don't mean to harp on it. I only mean to just be real about goals and ambitions and also hopes for being able to produce more content more regularly. Right now, I produce 2 episodes a week for the channel. I would want to get to a place where fellow ADHD haver, so I get it. Yeah. That's the thing, is like you either don't get it or you're someone who totally gets it because you experience and deal with it. So that's how it is. Melody. Oh no, you're not at all. Thank you. Thank you for your empathy and understanding. So that's it, guys. I guess that's it. There's not Yoshi P, one last message from him, which is, no, it was just I do mess up at work, but being alive means you mess up. So it's important to learn from those mistakes. We have done the 70th producer live letter now over the span of about 10 years. I always saw these as sort of a catch-up ball between the viewers and us, and I really want to go to at least 100 producer live letters. We concluded the Heidelin Zodiac arc, but there's still a lot to come. New adventures in the world of Final Fantasy XIV. I hope players can enjoy what we worked really hard on to deliver to you guys. Thanks for allowing our producer live letter today. See you next time. So thank you all for joining me on this endeavor. I know you could have just watched it yourself, and I appreciate that you choose to be here, and I appreciate very much when you choose to converse. It makes my life a lot more interesting and a lot more fun. Don't forget to check out our video that I just released this morning, our April Fool's video, on a very interesting topic with a very interesting character leading the charge for it. People tell me take melatonin, and it does absolutely nothing for me. Yep. So Garo Group When. Charity, we can get that going. Again, for everything you guys saw in this that you want to do, we have a looking for group in the Discord. Use it. Message people on the Discord. Talk to me. If you're kind of like nervous and don't know who to talk to because it's hard to know like what's okay, what's not normal and stuff, just message me and I'll put out a feeler. So just it'll be all good. This was very fun. Thanks for the company, everyone. Thank you so much. I feel excited now. Awesome. Thank you for stream, Elliot. It was fun joining you. Always glad to have you, all of you, Chromanium, Melody, Nusha. It's been fun. So looking forward to seeing you all again next time, and also in all our future content and endeavors. Feel free to check out our Discord. It should be in the description below, as well as our Patreon, as said prior, and to toss us $1 if you want to help us make all be more sustainable. With that said, I'm off to go make a video about the trailer, and hope my voice does not give out in the meantime. And with that, thanks all, and have a lovely day.